What it do? What it do? It's your boy LP. And look here, we got a question, and we're gonna go ahead and deal with it. Is Drew Brees gonna retire this year? We gonna see. What it do, man? It's your boy LP. It is the Trap Plan Radio. We finna get it in on some real talk. And if y'all ain't ready, you better get ready. Cause it's about to go down like gravity. It's finna go down like gravity. We finna talk about it. We finna deal with it. And I got some guests with me. You know what I'm saying? I got some guests with me. And some special guests. Some kin folks.
Yes, sir.
Blood folks. Family. And we finna make it do what it do. So, we're gonna introduce our first guest right here. My little cousin, Pharaoh Cassius.
How y'all doing? How you doing?
What's happening with it? What's happening with it? Talk to me. Talk to me.
Again, goes back to like I was saying. I believe Drew is really going to retire this year. I think he knows his
Hold on. You just ready to jump right into it.
Jump straight into it. It's Drew. This is what Saints fans here for. Right? Y'all want to know about Drewski? Well, when it comes to Drew, I think he's done. Actually, look at the last game. It honestly looked like he was telling Jameis, "This your team now, bro." And then Jameis came back. He was like, he told him, "You ready? You got it." So I'm like, all right, Drew. And then for him to stretch all that money, and if you look at what he did, it wasn't even an extension. So I think Drew knows it's time to hand over to God.
So this is your humble
Demario
opinion.
Davis.
So this is your humble opinion.
My humble opinion.
Okay.
Plus 2 years back to back with major injuries. That's a lot, man, for a 40-some-year-old person.
Mm-hmm.
We know Drew is not a normal 40-year-old. We know this. Drew is not a normal person. We know this. But I think it's time.
Wow. What's up, cousin?
I'm cooling, man.
Yes, sir. We already in it.
So we dealing with, so Lil Cuz jumped straight into it. He jumped straight into it. You know what I'm saying? And he gave his humble opinion. So, little man, can you please tell us your humble opinion? Is Drew Brees going to retire?
Damn skip. If he don't, he a fool. The city already feel like he need to go sit down. He has nothing else to prove. I feel like he needs to just fall with grace. Let it go. Let it ride. Pass the torch. You're the greatest saint of all time. You ain't got nothing else to prove. You're on a decline. It ain't nothing else you can do for us right now. You showed it. Look, through the progressions of the year, even when it came to after your his injury, it's time to sit down. Ain't nothing else for Drew Brees to do with us.
Like I said, that's two major
injuries.
injuries.
Time, I'm gonna tell you that.
Nah,
it ain't tasting time either.
Nah,
Taysom need to go keep them gadget players popping.
Nah, Taysom is not every down for me.
Exactly.
So
he a gadget player. They gave him the opportunity to see if he could take over. He ain't ready.
Like I told them once before, that was a money play, what they did, and that was a money play to make sure that, all right, we can't have the same thing that happened with Teddy.
Right.
Happen with Jameis. We just can't do that. We not about to.
Jameis is not a bad quarterback. He just had one bad year. But even within that bad year, he had the most passing yards. Come on,
And on top of that, again, like I tell anybody, like Jameis never had consistency.
right? I
Like
agree.
he done had like 3 or 4 head coaches in 5 years. Well, like 4 or 5 head coaches in 5 to 6 years. And because Sean Payton, a new coach for him this year too. So
But he
it's
got
like when
consistency
you
now,
have nothing to keep your foundation,
right?
you gonna look like shit if you learn this somebody new every year.
Okay, now let's rewind back. We're gonna come back to Jameis and the go gadget quarterback we got. Now, let me tell you why Drew Brees is not going to retire. Drew Brees is
Tell me.
not going to retire. Brace yourself. Brace yourself. Put your seatbelt
I
on.
am. You see, I had to adjust my seat. Hold up.
I'm sitting there like I'm ready. I'm gonna hit this.
I'm waiting for it. Let's go.
Hold on. All right. All right. This is the reason why Drew Brees is not going to retire. They are going to capitalize off of the retirement of Drew Brees. And this is how they're going to capitalize off of the retirement of Drew Brees. Do you remember how much money was made off of the retirement of Kobe Bryant? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember he had a whole
circumstance though.
the whole season? Listen, the whole season. This is Kobe's last season, and it was like a party for every game that they had, and it was a celebration of his last season.
Okay.
This is the same thing they're going to do. They will not pass up the opportunity to have a full season with it announced that Drew Brees is retiring. Do you know how much money will be made? Excuse me, let me say this. Do you know how much money will be missed if Drew Brees just leave right now? As opposed to Drew Brees.
For me to tag in.
Oh yeah,
But
I'm gonna
if you
let you.
actually look
I'm
at
gonna
what's
let you.
been going on this season, every commentator, everybody been saying this since the beginning of the season. This is Drew last year. Every commentator, so
No,
they've been bracing themselves for it.
I'm
And if
not
you're
even
gonna
gonna say that.
compare
The
anybody
difference between hold on,
to
cousin.
somebody going out like Kobe, as much as I don't like the bastard, Tom Brady will be the one they do that with, not Drew.
Listen, the difference between Drew Brees and um Kobe, Kobe controlled his own destiny going out. He controlled his own point spread.
True.
Drew ain't got that luxury. You feel me? He don't. Cause it take two for him to score and get them yards. The Black Mamba could do it by himself. That's the difference. Drew, no. And then you could tell he's on a steady decline. He's not going to get no better. He's already coming from off of buku injuries.
now
It's
see,
not.
hold on.
I wouldn't put myself in
Hold
the
on,
line of
cousins. I'm
fire
in
to
now.
expose me
I'm
to
in
what
now,
I
cousins.
wasn't
I'm just
here
letting y'all know
before.
I'm gonna speak my piece when he done.
Hold on.
You
Hold on.
okay?
Let
Y'all
me
hear
say
me?
this, cuz before you get in here. Hold on. Hold on. All right. All right.
Hold on, we got static somewhere.
Hold up. It's because I'm in the car. I'm about to.
I
I'm
think that's
gonna
coming
get out
from
the car.
Cordell because he
I'm,
ain't
I'm
never
just
on
muting my mic. When I get back, when I get to where I'm getting, I'm gonna share my point.
All right. All right. Look, check this out.
because we messing up the broadcast. We got static.
Y'all have to understand, if you pay close attention to Drew Brees whenever in his performances when he was in rare form this past season, Drew Brees did a phenomenal job. So for you to present the idea that Drew Brees is just on this horrible decline, that dog ain't gonna hunt.
First of
He
all,
ain't
I feel
saying
like
he's
moving
on a
on to
horrible
another
decline.
team.
He's just on a decline
Period.
because he's on the other side of the
He on
spectrum.
the other side of the hill.
We ain't
Tell me I'm
saying
lying.
he going Peyton Manning. Nah,
Nah.
Peyton Manning looked horrible in his last year.
At least we made it to the play. One thing I can say at least about this year, we lost. The past
Correct.
three prior to that, we were robbed. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna stand on it.
I'm gonna put.
But
I say the last 2 out of the 3 because the Minnesota Miracle. I can't do that.
I say the past 3 was our best opportunity. I truly
Correct.
believe we could have got 2 more Super Bowls in the past 4 years. We could have at least had 2.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But,
we're the most winningest team in the NFL the past 4 seasons.
But even when we had the opportunity, not last year, not year past, but a year prior to, he lost it for us. Let's keep it a buck. Because even when they had the interference call, he had the opportunity to come back and still make a touchdown. He couldn't pull it off.
Now I'm gonna go. If you're gonna go there, I can't let you do that because if you go back and look at when you say he had a chance, the chance that he had was robbed again away from us because it was roughing the passer hitting Drew in the helmet when he threw that interception that got them that field goal at the end of the game that they didn't call. See, it was 2 missed calls back to back, so I can't do that.
Not only was it rough in the pass, it was also a face mask also.
So,
like I said, the past 4 years, but this year the only year we really lost in the playoffs. Matter of fact, I'm not going to just give it to Drew. It's a duet. Cook
and Drew lost that game.
Down too. You know, it was a Cook and Drew Brees tandem that lost that game for us. They did it together.
I tried to give Cooks a chance. I tried to give him a chance.
Yeah, you did. You tried it.
Yeah, you did. You did.
You tried it.
I'm talking about y'all got mad at me.
And I called you at the end of that game to call you and tell you, I look at your boy.
Your boy. Your boy.
If that ball wouldn't have dropped that ball,
but he wasn't even confident. You could tell this, and this is another thing what I noticed with Drew. You can tell Drew's not as confident as he used to be. You can tell in his face and in his eyes, and even when he constantly hunching his body language is a dog. Drew ain't Drew no more. I'm telling you. If he gonna come back, he cannot come as a starter. You prolonging, the inevitable.
He's prolonging the Saints' evolution.
I don't think we should do him like that. I don't think Sean Payne gonna let him do that to himself. Don't diminish what you already established as a quarterback.
I don't think he'll do that. I don't think he'll do that. Personally, I don't believe he'll do that. I believe personally.
One of the all-time greats because you only got one, baby.
I believe. Listen, I believe Drew Brees is gonna come back this next season. He's gonna be in rare form and he's gonna leave it all on the field. I'm telling you. And I'm gonna even go on a limb to say.
You think Drew coming back is because he renegotiated his contract? That was for the team.
I was saying that before he renegotiated the contract.
Back up, baby. That's hit. It's hit. He kept for his team, man.
Look, cuz I was saying this. Look, cuz I was saying that before he renegotiated the contract.
I wish he was a.
I might have would have been on that bandwagon if he would have got the ribs broken up the way he did during the season.
Huh?
When he got that second significant injury in 2 years in a row on the other side of 40, I'm sorry. It's just hard to
healing like
believe.
That. And the medicine.
Not to mention, we find out he had a torn rotator cuff.
Dog, listen to me.
I'm
telling you.
You asking a 42-year-old man to come back from a torn rotator cuff.
And remember, he started his career with a messed up arm shoulder.
Absolutely.
I think we all can agree that ball ain't coming out the way it used to.
Hey, because on average, he was throwing under 20 yards. Keep it a buck, cuz.
It go further than that, even on the dinks.
But look at his QB rating, though.
Even
look at his QB rating, though.
I agree. No, I'm not saying, man, Drew Brees tatted on me, dude, with the signature. You feel me? I'm not saying he trash, but Drew of old, he can't sustain that type of level of play.
He can't sustain that for if we trying to go to the playoffs and win the Super Bowl, I don't see Drew sustaining that
If
for
we're gonna
19 games.
maintain and be a contender, he need to fall back right now. He do, cause all right, say he come back another year, and then we're wasting the talent and all this cap space we loosening up right now to maintain with people. You need a hand. This is just me. You need to hand over the reins, bro. It's time. Like I said, I'm gonna wait for it because you said we're gonna get.
I would love Drew. We all know Drew can't stay with the Saints because he already signed a 2-3 year deal with somebody else.
Not
right.
with the
retire.
Yeah, exactly.
But
ABC,
say if he,
NBC,
I would love for him to stay around the organization to keep on teaching James.
Absolutely. That would be an excellent thing. That'd be an excellent thing. But I'm telling you,
which I think he's still gonna do even with the job he has, because his home base is still Louisiana. New Orleans.
Like
absolutely.
The man is in that Archie Manning in that sense, with his sons going to school down here and everything.
Right.
Then New Orleans royalty.
Exactly.
So he we ain't saying, like I said, he didn't go out like no sucker.
Right. That's why I'm saying
his team. That's one thing about our Saints.
He don't have nothing else.
They didn't allow. You ain't going down like no sucker.
Granted, he won another ring, but you not. If he'd have went out and it'd have been like a fluke play, I'd have still become. Let's go, Drew. Let's try one more time. But no, it showed Drew ain't got it like that no more. Like I said, his confidence ain't there no more. Drew used to get that gleam in his eye. I'm about to cut their head off. Right. He ain't got that no more. That's hit.
Like for me,
I'm gonna tell you why we didn't see that. I'm gonna tell y'all why we didn't see that, bro. Now, much as people will disagree with this, dog, them folks knew that it was gonna be the Brady Bowl this year. They knew that. So they told Drew Brees, "Say, bro, just chill out. You're gonna get your next time."
No.
I'm telling you.
No, bro. I'm sorry.
You ain't gonna go out
I love Drew. I love Drew to death. Like he said, greatest Saint of all time.
All time.
But he can't afford to always have to take out Drew when we trying to push it down the field.
I don't trust him. Because remember, he used to have the accuracy with the bomb. Drew used to cut back and let loose. Pew! Right in the bucket. Let's get it. And hit him.
Oh, you gotta have.
Now look what Cuz said. Cuz said Drew went out with a dud. I agree with that. And do you honestly believe that we are going to allow the Saints history that Drew Brees went out like a sucker at the end of his career? Do you honestly believe they're going to allow that to be written in history?
If you feel like that, I could put a whole nother thing on top of that. If you're going to say he went out like a dud, for sure. But they also will put he's going against the greatest quarterback of all time. So the two greatest other quarterbacks of all time just went at it. And he lost to the greatest quarterback of all time.
They're not going to allow that to happen, because they're not going to allow for it to be written like that.
Somebody like Matt Ryan.
But the Kool-Aid.
He went out against
I hate that they keep
the GOAT.
Aaron Rodgers. What you call him?
Come on, man.
But my thing is,
all right, let's hear Cuz let's hear Buster share his whole.
I went
sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm late. But listen, so this is my opening remarks. This is why Drew Brees is going to retire. Now listen.
There we go.
Here we go. Drew Brees is going to retire because two things. They set the narrative up for the Super Bowl, okay? There's no more chasing. It's done. It's done. You can't chase nobody. There's nothing to chase. There's no one to chase. Drew Brees, like Tom Brady, now he has 7 titles. Drew Brees can't catch that if he even tried. Now, from the perspective of what I said, so this is how I planned the Super Bowl was going to be. The Super Bowl was going to either be one or two things. The Chiefs was going to win because it was going to be the passing of the torch, So
I
now
agree.
it's like, so I thought it was gonna be the passing of the torch, or Tom Brady was gonna win to make him the undisputed GOAT.
I agree.
So I believe that the second
Exactly.
one, the second one happened. Just now everybody's talking about, like he the undisputed GOAT, greatest across all sport platforms, everything like that. Now, this is why Drew Brees got to retire, because he has nothing left to prove. And not only that, it's like they are trying to take the old guard out. What I believe is gonna happen is they're gonna have a rematch somewhat down the line within the next 1 to 2 years, however many times when Tom Brady's actual contract ends. Him and Patrick Mahomes gonna have a rematch. Patrick Mahomes gonna beat him, and Tom Brady gonna retire. Whenever that rematch is, Tom Brady not gonna see another Super Bowl after that. If he continues to play, he's not gonna see another Super Bowl after that.
No, he's not.
They're trying to get the old guard out. They've been trying to do it. That's why
Again,
Phillip
I
retired. That's
agree.
why Drew about to retire. Like I heard
And
your
on top of
perspective
that,
from the
but
Corbin perspective. This is the
the
reason why the
Buccaneers
Corbin
can't
perspective
keep that
don't
team
work.
together.
I'm gonna tell you why the Corbin perspective don't work in this situation. Drew
I
Brees
gotta hear this.
Drew Brees is not as marketable as Kobe was. This ain't the NBA.
What?
It's true.
Hold on,
That
man.
is
Come
true.
on, man.
That's true.
Listen to what you just
I
said,
got you. I got
cuz.
look. Put it like this. Put it like this. You
Pause. You
talking
got
about
Brees on your
Kobe
feet.
Bryant. Kobe Bryant was worldwide, bro.
Brees on your feet. But I bet you go in your closet, you got some jump mask. You got a couple pair of Corbins. I know you got some of them.
Yeah.
Kobe was
Think about it like this. Hold up,
the
no.
face of Nike.
Look. Think about it this, cousins. Think about it like this, cousins. Now answer this. When you say he was marketable, everything like that, Kobe death was more marketable than his retirement. Now listen, when he retired, things probably tripled in value. When he died, it was like 10 times the value. Drew Brees don't have nothing of that value. What, we gonna get 20 more Jimmy Johns? Jimmy John's nasty.
Oh, he got his jerseys.
So
All he
I'm
can
just
sell
saying,
is jerseys.
right. So he don't have nothing to market. Kobe
And the
had
Saints
shoes.
and Saints stuff.
Right. And so like it's not that many Saints fans. Like everybody was a Kobe fan. Why? Because he mimicked Mike. It's the game plan, the same game plan that he had. Drew Brees had nothing left to prove. One.
And that goes back to what you saying again. When you talk about basketball and football players are always going to be more marketable for
Because
the simple fact they have more outlets to show you. Put it like this, like I had a conversation with somebody. We had a Super Bowl.
Good point.
When we go to the Super Bowl, we have one game for the Super Bowl. We are guaranteed 4 finals games. Guaranteed. They're on TV more. They're more marketable. They make more money because it's more about them than the league.
We just gonna accept the fact that Drew Brees is an old washed up white man now.
Say, bro, I'm not gonna allow you to speak such blasphemous statements on this show.
And if you want to be real, the dude still went out like Kobe.
Listen.
Hold on. Before you say that, hold on. Think about this. Cuz made a very good point. Look at what he said. He said, wholesome, stand-up, friendly, nice guy, Drew Brees. That he gotta have a last year to market the NFL Cinderella story. I agree with that 100%. They have to sell the Cinderella story. They have to make him go out in the sunset. They're not gonna allow him to just go out like that, bro. No, they're not gonna let that happen.
We always say this, cousin. They never gave Drew his credit. Never. Drew.
That's why they gotta give it to him.
Entire career. So they're not going to give him that Cinderella story because that's not who they GOAT is. They GOAT is Tom Brady. If they're going to give a Cinderella story to anybody, it's going to be Tom Brady. Just like they did with Peyton Manning when Peyton Manning was their GOAT, they made sure he went out with a ring.
They're going to do the same thing. They're going to do the same thing with Drew Brees, I'm telling you.
I don't see that happening.
I'm
This was
telling
the
you,
year.
they're gonna do the same thing as Drew Brees.
If any year was the year, this was the year that
This
I
was
would
the
have
year
believed
for
that.
that to happen.
This year, we're $100 million, $100 million plus was in cap hits. Now we probably like 60 something. We 60 million over the cap. There's no way Drew Brees is gonna form a formidable team, and even with the veteran minimum.
I can't go with that. I can't go with that, cuz I'm sorry. I listen. It's three of y'all against me.
Hold on.
And
You think he's gonna sacrifice his body for $1 million? This man, he worth 25
absolutely.
million. You think he's gonna sacrifice his body for $1 million?
Okay. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
You worth $100 million. Why would you sacrifice your body for one? That's $1.
I'm gonna tell you why.
That's a Puff Daddy. That's how Puff Daddy. Remember that meme where Puff Daddy was looking at the dollar like, damn. Like that's what that is. That's what your equivalent of you saying Drew Brees about to play for $1 million. $1 million? $1 million? This man
I think he's gonna do it.
$1 million.
Listen, let me tell you. Hold on.
$1 million.
Okay, watch this. They finna cut some fat off that team.
What's that?
They gonna cut some fat. I don't know how they gonna do it, but they gonna cut some fat.
What, fat Pete?
After they cut some fat, I guarantee they're gonna renegotiate that contract after they cut some fat.
Cousin.
And they gonna pay that man. And he gonna go out like.
Is it that you want Drew back or you don't
Yes.
want James?
Yes.
No.
I mean, I trust Jameis. I love Jameis. I believe Jameis is a great option for us. I believe that 100% with all my heart. I promise you I do. But I'm a Drew Brees fan, bro. I don't want him to go.
All of us are, but
go.
I'm a Drew Brees fan, but I am a Saints diehard.
Man, you can tell
absolutely.
Cousin, you can ask them.
I'm going to go what's for the betterment of the team. And right now, teams already know what we're trying to do. It's going to be 10, 15-yard passes. They're not trying to get it down the field, and they're zeroing in on that shit. We can't afford that anymore.
We're predictable at this point.
It's just
what you say. Hold on, go ahead. Explain that, little man. Explain that.
We got lucky to have Alvin Kamara on our team and Mike Thomas.
They know on average Drew Brees is going to throw under 20 yards. On average. Statistically, they know on paper he's not going to keep bombing it like he used to. That's fact. They don't know what they're going to give on what James is going to give or Taysom. They just know Taysom ain't consistent.
But they know they gotta fear Jameis. But they know they gotta fear Jameis if it's going down the field. They know that's what Jameis do. Nigga, I can get this ball down the field. Think about it like this. We could go back to the old Saints, you hear me? There's a play in our playbook that has been missing for about 4 years now. About 3-4 years now. The double move. The double move was our long ball move. That's how we got down the field. It's not in the playbook anymore because they don't. We did.
Drew Brees don't throw the ball like that anymore.
We at least threw down the field 5 times a game, at least. Drew going for 40 5 times a game, easy. It's a point.
Cuz made another great point. Look, endorsement money. Dun, dun, dun.
He's still gonna get endorsements sitting on the mic.
That's what I'm saying. That's a reason why he still would be willing to go out there and only take $1 million.
No.
I'm telling you.
You could look if you look at that last game, you could see the look in Drew's eyes. He had the look of I'm done.
Nah, he had the look in his eyes of, man, them folks told me I need to sit down because it's all about Tom Brady this time. And I know this was our best opportunity. That's the reason why he had that look on his face.
I'm done look in his eyes.
Hold up. Let me ask you this. How long you been following Drew Brees since he became a Saint or
since he became a Saint?
I've been following Drew Brees since he has been at Purdue. I was a little boy, okay? For real, for real. Now he's been so listen, Lil Max the same way. He's been following Drew Brees since he's been at the Chargers. Okay?
So have I.
Drew Brees, the same.
Man, he was a Chargers. I got to follow Drew Brees.
Let me explain to you with Drew Brees. The same throws that Drew Brees was making in San Diego, he was making them at Purdue and everything like that. Nothing changed, but the only thing that progressed was his mental capacity. Okay, there is nothing else mentally that this man can do to progress. He has reached a ceiling that there is nothing else. You 1-2 with the GOAT. You're 1-2 with the GOAT. Ain't nobody. Let me tell you though. Let me tell you who got the closest person to get to that. The closest person that's gonna get to even those statistical stats, even in a pass happy league like
Hold
that.
on. Little man, I got you on mute because you got some noise on your phone. So just unmute yourself, mute yourself, and unmute yourself when you finna talk.
That's my
if you could do that favor for me. Thank you. Go ahead, cuz.
So look, this is the thing. He's 100% at his ceiling, okay? So when I say he's at his ceiling, I mean literally like there is no more max for him. No. There is no more max for him because mentally, everything to the game now is to me he seems bored. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna explain to you why, because he understands. All right, my arm ain't what it used to be. But listen, Drew Brees wasn't never throwing ball 50, 60-yard bombs. Even when, even in like that would happen once, maybe twice a season, you will see a play where he throwing bombs. So this game that we talking about, Drew Brees has digressed. That's BS. I feel like he has hit a plateau. I mean, he has hit a peak, and it's an unreached. Like the peak is that's it. He didn't reach that peak. There's nothing else that he has left to prove.
I disagree. I personally disagree, cuz. I mean, listen, the things that things that y'all are saying, they make sense. And I agree with them to a certain extent. But I am foolish enough to believe that they are not going to let Drew Brees go out like that.
Who is they?
I know you ain't talking. Talking about the first of all. Sean Payton is ready for him to retire.
Forget Sean Payton ready for him to retire. Have you not known that the Saints, like you a Saints fan, dog? They don't put on like the Saints.
That's why I keep telling him we are not gonna go out with no. That's why I keep telling them Drew is not gonna go out with no Cinderella story. Drew has been the GOAT for years, but they never called him that. They kept giving it to fucking Tom Brady.
You know,
listen, man. Listen, y'all keep hitting me. Listen. Y'all keep hitting me with facts that I am in denial about. Okay?
Yeah.
I am in denial. I can be honest with you. I'm in denial, and I'm not going to accept those facts. I'm sorry.
That's understandable. But what I will say is this. I'm gonna tell you. This is what I will say. Okay. What I will say about the facts is just this. It's just Drew Brees was never the poster boy. Was never going to be the poster boy. Was never supposed to be the poster boy in the NFL.
No.
Okay, that's true, but I'm still not going to accept that.
You know what Drew Brees is? You want to know what Drew Brees is? A glorified Tony Romo. That's what real Saints fans don't want here. A glorified Tony Romo.
I can't agree with that.
Are you talking about because of the fact that he has all of the great stats? I can't allow you to put. Okay, the reason why
I didn't put him in the same category.
You don't. I'm sorry, Buster.
No.
You don't mention Drew Brees as Tony Romo name in the same.
What you mean? This man every year. Think about it. Every year that
Tony Romo
became a starter. that he became a starter,
Buster,
he was
don't do that.
either 1 or 2 in every category.
Buster, don't do that.
Cuz, hold on.
I
We just got Cuz here.
Yeah.
Hold on, we just got Cuz here. Chuck.
Yeah.
Try to
Come on, you don't see it. You don't see it.
All right, Cuz, what you got to say, cousin? Go ahead, drop it on him. Drop it on him.
Check this out. Hold on, let me cut this down. Bruh, Drew Brees has to go out with a blaze of glory. It's because Drew Brees is a wholesome guy. He's very marketable.
Y'all in denial.
The NFL has to make money from him. They can't make money from him just how he went out. He's a competitor, and first of all, he don't have nobody to step up in his place. Jameson ain't ready. Taysom ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? So the NFL has to market Drew Brees a certain way. If this is last year, the Cinderella story has to go down because this is, and I'm gonna finish. This is the big thing with the NFL. There's millionaires.
Hold up. How you say it?
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on, let him finish. Hold on, let him finish. Let him finish.
All right, real quick, give me 30 seconds. The NFL has millionaires that control their money. People with money don't just let it go by happenstance. We all think about Drew Brees' natural career. The NFL says, I need to market Drew. So his last year, he's going to have to go out with a bang. And that's how you get your money back.
If that was true,
get the money back.
If that was true,
that was amazing.
If that was true, the Super Bowl to yesterday when we have been watching would have been the Indianapolis Colts versus the New Orleans Saints.
Cousin,
if that what you said was true,
have the league
what you said was true, it would have been the Indianapolis Colts versus the New Orleans Saints. That's what have been your Super Bowl.
But they had to make it the Brady Bowl this year, cuz.
When have the league like the Saints?
Was in the same boat, man. Philip Rivers, you didn't mark it off his retirement. He announced he was going to retire at the end of the season. When did you?
It's Philip Rivers, bro. Come on, man.
Watch this. Who has a better Cinderella story, Tom Brady or Drew Brees?
Tom Brady.
So that's why Tom Brady had to get it.
Why?
No. Absolutely.
Why if he already said
he was coming back next season? He coming back next season. If they wanted to do that, that's the Cinderella story. The talk of the whole year has been, this is Drew Brees last year.
Season.
This would have been the year for the Cinderella story.
It's the pandemic. The pandemic interrupted everything.
Absolutely. Let me explain. Hello, let me say something about that. With the whole pandemic situation. All right. As I was saying before, I had told y'all, with the whole pandemic situation, they wanted to make sure to keep the numbers down in the city where the Super Bowl was going to be. So it only made sense to send Tom Brady to Tampa where the Super Bowl going to be and make the Super Bowl with Tampa in it to where you only got one more team coming to that city.
Yes, sir.
It only made sense.
I'm gonna tell you why I feel like that's a flaw in that. You wanna know why? Florida is wide open. Florida wide open. They don't care.
At all.
Man, the NFL ain't care. Man, the NFL is about dollar. Remember, millionaires controlling the money. That's what you said, right, Charles? Millionaires controlling the money. If a millionaire could get $2 billion, they gonna get $2 million. Florida is wide open. Florida is wide open. You can go in there right now. So if the New Orleans Saints would have been in there, that'd have been way more marketable than that.
But you got restrictions with your money. Millionaires always have restrictions with their money. So not allowing people to travel, that's a good restriction. That's a good compromise with money. If I'm an investor, I'll be like, all right, I'll let Tom know. That's me.
You made no money off that. You said it yourself, cuz that was the most boring Super Bowl you ever watched. This was about to be the most boring. This was the lowest rated. Hold up. This was reported as one of the lowest watched Super Bowls, correct?
It's so.
That's horrible.
And this was supposed to be the Super Bowl that teams was exciting.
I
Sorry,
left. I
you want
left
to know?
my father's house
Do y'all really
after
want to
Leonard
know?
Fournette
Do y'all really
scored
want
the
to know
touchdown.
why Tampa Bay beat them people like they did?
Talk to
Why?
me.
They followed the exact same
It was
game plan the
fixed.
Saints did when they played them in Week 13. Ask me if I'm
It
lying.
was
Tell me
fixed.
how many they had two deep safeties every down. They played with two deep safeties. They never came up in the box. They forced them to try to run. And
Yeah.
on top of that, you didn't have to watch the game to know that Patrick Mahomes didn't have his his whole starting line. Three of the five starters on the offensive line was out. OUTI wasn't even playing. So on top of that, you already knew what it was. Bruh, they don't have no scrubs on the defensive line. Everybody on their defensive line for Tampa Bay was once a Pro Bowler at some point in their career. You had a Dominican
All
Suits,
pros.
Shaq Barrett,
All pros.
JPP. That's just three, and I ain't even finished the rest of it. They all pros. And Dominican Suits is a habitual all pro. JPP playing with 4 fingers and killing people. This man had at least 5 interceptions at defensive end. Just couldn't get them because he have 3 fingers on one hand.
But as an investor, sometimes you lose. So that's why they're gonna put their money on Drew.
But what I'm
They lost.
saying is the
It
millionaires
was
lost.
very
If this was what you were
respect.
saying, listen, the most fun watch Super. I'm gonna tell you what would have been the most fun watch Super Bowl. The most fun watch Super Bowl would have been the Colts versus the Saints. You know why? Because that's 2 quarterbacks from 2 different things, and they both was underdogs. Phillip Rivers was an underdog. Phillip Rivers was at one point in his career was saying that they were saying he was a bust, overrated, wasn't worth it. And then you got to think about it like
Nah.
this:
If
well,
he'd have got the
how
Super Bowl
fire
Patriots, that would be the best Super Bowl
how
ever.
fire of a storyline this would have been. This would have been predecessor. It would have been predecessor versus the whatchamacallit.
But watch next year. Watch what happens next year.
What?
Absolutely.
I mean,
But
give me a
I
Super
am gonna
Bowl
watch
matchup.
next year.
Give me a
I'm
Super
gonna watch
Bowl matchup.
next year with Drew in the booth commentating
Pause.
these
Exactly
football
same
games.
thing. Pause. I want everybody's opinion.
Okay.
On this.
Okay.
Cuz, starting with you, cuz this your show. Super Bowl matchup next year. If Drew Brees come back, if this our manifestation come back true, Super Bowl matchup, go.
All right.
And tell me why it will be marketable. I'm gonna mute my mic.
You talking about
I'm
with
gonna go
Drew
last.
Brees? If Drew Brees coming back, that's
Yes,
if Drew
Yeah,
Brees.
with Drew Brees coming back.
Oh shit.
with Drew Brees
Go
coming
ahead.
back.
Go
Give me.
ahead.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. I can't call it. I can't call it yet.
Can't
You got to give me.
you can't talk about the millionaires. I'm about to mute my mic.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold
I'm
on.
gonna give you
I
mine.
can't. I
I'm gonna give
can't
you
call
mine.
it yet. I
I'm gonna
can't
give you
call it
mine.
yet.
You want me to start?
No. Yeah. Go ahead. You start. You got it. Go ahead. You got it.
If I'm not even know why I'm even about to do this, but if Drew Brees was to miraculously say, "Oh my arm," this man played with. First of all, side note, this man played with like 1,800 injuries. You know your body don't recover like that.
Yeah.
You know your body back. All right, now, but back to my Super Bowl prediction. If he was to come back, it would be the Saints versus the Steelers, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Big Ben got caught on the mic telling Marquise Pouncey, "I'm sorry, I couldn't do this for you." Like Big Ben was about to retire. Big Ben is the sleeping giant that everybody's not talking about. They gonna sign Juju Smith-Schuster back. Listen, they already got a running game. Listen, Drew Brees versus Big Ben, and this is why they both gonna retire. So you got the most marketable, like y'all said, you got the most marketable
You're right.
Super Bowl. You got the most marketable Super Bowl. You the market off of everybody off both of them. They both retire. And I'm telling you, what's gonna happen this summer? Big Ben gonna announce this is gonna be his last season. He don't got nothing else to prove neither. He a 2-time Super Bowl champion. He don't got nothing else to prove neither.
Absolutely.
Listen,
Absolutely.
the reason why Drew.
That might be the matchup.
Oh, you want me to
But
go
listen,
next?
I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Farrell. Go ahead.
If y'all gonna say that, even with Drew Brees coming back, sorry to bust your bubble. It's gonna be the Patriots and the Bucks. If you're gonna go money wise, because people forget. People keep talking about the Patriots. Keep forgetting to talk about the Patriots. Half of their defense didn't play this season. They opted out the season. You think they're gonna let Bill Belichick go without a quarterback for another year? Be real. Stop it. So, if you're gonna talk about marketable and making money, marketable thing to do, have the Patriots go back to the Super Bowl and Belichick face Tom Brady. The teacher versus the teached versus the student.
Nah, that's not. Do? So I believe that's not gonna happen until
I don't think that'll be a thing. Well, you know what? That wait. I'm gonna recant that statement. That would be a beautiful thing to see. That would be a beautiful thing to see, and I can see that because of the little statements because you got to pay attention to the propaganda that they talk about in sports radio and ESPN and all that. Something that they've been saying is they made a statement. Well, maybe it wasn't Bill Belichick.
Exactly.
Maybe it wasn't Bill, but it was just Brady. Brady, after all, Brady's throwing the ball, not Bill. Now I know they were saying that, so I can go with that. Hold on, let me say this. However, I would go with what Buster said. Because there is on the low, there's a serious camaraderie between the Saints and the Steelers. And with Big Ben, he ain't, he on his way out. You understand? So with him being on his way out, Drew Brees being on his way out, I'm sure Big Ben wouldn't mind, you know what I'm saying, taking that L to Drew Brees. But Drew Brees is going to go out in the sunset, dog, on a horse. He's going to do it. I don't care what y'all say. It is going to happen. It is going to happen.
All right, once his decision is made, we're going to come back. We got to. When the announcement is made.
It won't be no I told you shows or nothing. I won't be like I told you so. I'm gonna break down why the reason why I'm telling you. Listen. The NFL's two most marketed players was Tom Brady and Drew Brees.
Absolutely.
All right, now listen.
You talking about this year?
No, in general.
No,
in general.
I can't agree with that.
In general, Now, let me ask you this. You answer this question. When has Drew Brees ever been in the conversation for GOAT? Real talk on any platform.
Again,
on every platform, they named 4 other quarterbacks, and then they said, "Oh, not to mention Drew Brees."
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
They never said. So listen. The two most marketable people for at least for the 2000 from 2000 on has been in the same conference. It was Peyton Manning and Tom Brady.
Exactly. I agree with that.
Listen, now, when you go into, you look at it, why were they the most marketable? I'm here to tell you is because they were the white, blue collar,
the prototypical looking quarterback.
They was the prototypical quarterback, like I said, 6'4", blonde hair, blue eyes, looking like back in the day. Okay, we're not gonna get into all that, but that's what it is. Drew Brees, I'm just speaking real. Drew Brees is 6 foot.
Yeah.
Nan whipping his children around here, loving on the African American quarterback, even in this time. Listen, it all plays. You laughing, but listen,
I'm laughing because what you're saying is just so true.
It's true. Listen, the NFL does not want to see that. Listen, I had this conversation with my brother. We had the debate. I said they will never let a black quarterback in the NFL succeed. Okay,
I agree.
That look like Lamar Jackson. They'll let Patrick Mahomes succeed because he looked like it. Colorism is real. Colorism is real. Okay, in the NFL, it's real. Like it's really real. Look at RG3. Look how fast RG3 was out the league. You can't tell me this man was a Heisman Trophy winner.
Michael Vick. They hated Michael Vick. What?
And what happened?
Michael Vick that spent time in prison, and they still trying to stop that man.
Look, we sorry to make your show turn your show into this, but we just gotta keep it 100.
I'm saying, like, I mean, I'm just having to melt.
We gotta keep it trapped, you know. It's the trap plan. We gotta keep it trapped.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. I'm just simply having to melt before the truth, and it hurts.
It's just when it comes to Drew, they never gave Drew his due because he was never the one they picked. They didn't pick him. Drew took that shit.
Because you gotta remember, before Drew Brees, Doug Flutie was still there. He sat behind Doug Flutie. And what happened when he sat behind him? He come in there, he doing okay, he gets hurt. But before that, they drafted what they draft, a prototypical quarterback.
6'4", 225, 30-pound quarterback. Gunslinger.
Who ain't want nothing.
So let me tell you. The NFL. I'm gonna tell you why the NFL chose 2009 for the Saints to make it to the Super Bowl.
Talk to him.
Okay,
2006 was too early. 2006 was too early. Okay, we went that was Drew Brees' first season.
We went supposed to get. I don't even think they expected us to get to the NFC Championship that year, personally.
Right. So I don't even think that was too early. The city was still hurting. We wasn't putting fans in the stands. Everybody was displaced still. We played the season. The NFL made no money.
When the NFL,
you know what that was? You know what that was? That was the NFL's tour, world tour, to try to find them a new home. That's what it was. They was trying to find them a new home.
Further than that.
That's what it was. And Tom Dixon didn't want that to happen.
They didn't want the son of the city and the city's team to face that early. It was too early for it.
You might be right.
I remember Peyton Manning went to the Super Bowl that year. It was too early for the son of the city and the city's team to play against each other. It was too early for that shit. You seen when the call was made after halftime. Nigga, we was up 10-0 against the best defense in the league. And Sean Payton doesn't score anymore after that. Come on, man.
Come on.
Listen, 2007. Let me tell you why 2007 wasn't it. 2007 wasn't it because I believe that next year that was Big Ben next Super Bowl, right? Was that big? I think because Big Ben won one in between that time.
No, that wasn't. It was the year after that. No, that was the perfect. That was the perfect year
for him. Because that was Heinz Warfare World Tour.
That was Peyton Manning. No, that next year wasn't that the 16-0 perfect season for the Patriots?
Matter of fact, I think you're right. So hold on. You see now you gotta make Google.
Hold on, let me fact check that.
2007 Super Bowl. So the 2007 Super Bowl was the Colts and the Bears. That was 2006 season. 2008 Super Bowl was
Patriots and the Giants.
Patriots and the Giants when the Giants beat the Patriots. Nah, let me tell you why that one wasn't good. Because
look at y'all.
That was the Super Bowl. I'm sorry.
Listen, cousin. This one wasn't
Hold on. 1 second. Nobody greater. Nobody greater than Drew. All right, go ahead.
So listen, 2007, 2008 wasn't because Peyton Manning wasn't in it. Peyton Manning wasn't going to be in it. They had realistically speaking, the Indianapolis Colts had a mediocre team that year. Like they didn't have an elite team that year. This was when Peyton had had just got like new weapons and everything like that. Like so they was fresh. They wasn't jailed. They was none of that. So now you go to the 2008 2009 season. Now the 2009 Super Bowl. It's the Steelers and the Cardinals. Perfect
Good
time for
story.
Big Ben. Good story, sound good. Larry Fitzgerald finally get to the Super Bowl again. Finally get to his Super
Kurt
Bowl.
Warner.
Rah. So now that's on. That's a feel good story. Because Carson Palmer was their quarterback, correct?
No, fuck no. Kurt
No,
Warner.
who was their quarterback? Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner was on his way out. Again, another person on his way out.
Right.
But listen, so he was the golden story though. So listen, he was the golden story. The reason why, because he went from every league. He went from every league. So now he marketable too though. Why? Because now it's showing you that you can come from anywhere. So it was the Joe Flacco effect. But we not gonna get into Joe Flacco. So now 2010, here comes 2009, 2010. Peyton Manning has 2 years that jail with new receivers. Pierre Garçon. Marvin Harrison, nope. They got Pierre Garçon. They got Austin Collie. They got all these dudes that they just got 1 year prior, 2 years prior. Now he's in his going into his third year with these people. So now Magellan, that's Magellan. Like the NFL can't stop that. I think they was the number 2 offense in the league that year. The Saints was 1 and they was number 2. They was the number 2 offense in the league that year. Now, 2009 was the biggest season probably in Superdome history. I'm gonna tell you why. That season, because we sold out and we were sold out since 2007. But now we didn't got a taste. We didn't been into the NFC Championship. We didn't been to the divisional round. We in both of these in 2 seasons prior. Now we got a taste of it. Now we have to get it. Like now everybody in the city like, man, we contenders for real. Now ESPN talking about it. We contenders for real. So now since we all contenders for real, why not put us in the Super Bowl? I believe we wasn't even supposed to win it.
I can't go with that.
I'm gonna put it to you like this: it wasn't shown that we were going to win it until we started doing what we were doing. The feel-good story was for the league was everybody at the time they were talking about was better than Drew Brees. He beat them all, and the last person for him to beat was Peyton Manning.
Because didn't that year he beat Tom in the regular season?
We beat Tom Brady.
Yep.
We beat Kurt Warner. We beat Brett Favre.
Yep.
Peyton Manning was the last one to do it.
Yep. We beat Kurt Warner. We beat Kurt Warner
them all.
And everything.
In one season, he beat them all.
Then all of a sudden, the bounty gate happened, but we're not going to talk about it.
Well, you already know what that was about.
Why the bounty gate happened. We know why that happened.
Because the Super Bowl was going to be in New Orleans that next year.
The Super Bowl was in New Orleans.
Yeah. And the next year, and we were the number 1 team doing it. Everybody knew that.
Every commentator announced to people that go by football when the Super Bowl was over in 2011. They were not talking about the Super Bowl anymore. They wasn't talking about anything. Everybody was saying they better watch out. The Saints about to be the first team to go to the Super Bowl in their own city. That's what everybody was saying.
And they shut that down.
Like, no, they ain't. Yo, tripping. We about to shut that down now. Not only are we going to take picks, we're going to take your coach to make sure it happens.
And Vilma.
Payton, y'all always got a chance.
And they took Vilma out.
Because Sean has already proved in 2 years, Sean has went 8-1 with a quarterback besides Drew Brees. 8-1.
Little man, what you was trying to say, bro? You was trying to say something.
Little man.
What you said?
You was trying to say something.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, man. When it came to us in the city, they knew exactly what they was doing. They knew we was about to take it. They want to come out with that foolishness, talking about Spygate and all this extra. Man, that's bull. But when Tom Brady do it, it's all Gucci. This game's been tailor made for a white boy to be the greatest of all time. They made rules behind Tom Brady. I'm not surprised.
Prototypical white boy.
Everything that, yeah, man. Tom Brady. That's American pie. You can't get more white than that. Tom Brady.
Kind of like, did y'all hear Stephen A. the other day talking about Tom Brady? Look at him. He looks good. He looks good. His woman looks good. He looks good in a suit. I mean, this guy is the. I'm like, what you doing, bro?
When it comes to football and Stephen A. Smith, I turn my ears off. If he ain't talking basketball, he needs to shut up.
So look,
he don't know what he's talking about.
He don't.
He sucks. He's like Skip Bayless talking about basketball.
So look. This is what I'm gonna say about the whole Drew Brees, the Tom Brady situation. The Tom Brady situation is that absolutely he's the prototypical quarterback. He's the prototypical look that the NFL wants.
Yeah.
Now, with the changing of the guards, because this is happening, this is why, because bow, Phillip Rivers down. Now, bow, Drew Brees down. And if you want to do it, you don't have to. Like, if you don't want to believe it, if you ain't deny, he's down. Is it? It's over with. He got shot. Ricky!
Can't accept that.
Listen. So who's next? To get out this guard? The old guard is Big Ben.
Big Ben.
And then after that, it's gonna be Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah,
true.
Now
then from there they just gonna hand it to Mahomes.
Listen. It's gonna be Mahomes.
Josh Allen.
I don't believe they're gonna just hand it to Mahomes. Okay,
he gotta take it.
I believe it's gonna be Russell. It's gonna be between Russell, Patrick Mahomes, and Kyler Murray. They gonna make them. Listen, what's selling right now? What's selling millions of dollars?
I ain't gonna lie to you, brother.
My blackness is selling millions of dollars right now.
And that's another reason why I think the league it's more than Deshaun Watson that's trying to push him out of Houston. The league wants him out of Houston so they can market him better. Because they know the Houston can't build nothing. They've been in the league how long? And they can't build shit. Nah, brother. They're gonna get that generational player out of Houston.
I feel you.
Because like Buster said, right now,
Hold on.
Most marketable thing in the world.
We gotta switch the conversation. Cuz talk about Drew Brees one more time, just a little bit.
Before I go, Drew Brees is the comeback kid. All these injuries that happen. I hear the car. I hear the car in the background. Someplace. But all these injuries, that's what you're gonna hear whenever Drew get back on the field. The whole crowd. Hopefully the pandemic is gone. If the pandemic is gone, we're gonna put butts in stadiums, butts in the seat. Once you put butts in seats, that's where the money comes from. They gotta recoup their money back. Drew got one last leg. We keep talking about, he's not, what I'm saying, he's not what he used to be. Everybody knows that. So that's why he has to come back. We keep that money for him, and then he's gonna be under it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my little story.
All right.
That's me.
Hey, cuz, you own it. You own it. Y'all give it up. Y'all give it up for my cousin Charles. Y'all give it up. Good stuff, cuz.
He's funny.
Let me tell you why I agree. Let me tell you why I agree with Charles, right?
Go ahead.
Let me tell you why. I talked about it briefly, but I'm gonna say this. One last time. All right. Check this out. If you pay attention to what took place with the Dallas Cowboys, do you remember how they kept on going with Tony Romo? They just kept on going with Tony Romo. They just kept on, even though he was dropping them, he wasn't cutting it. But this was the factor. Tony Romo is a Hispanic dude. And as a Hispanic dude, them Hispanics over there in Dallas, they was packing out that big old stadium. So they just kept on pushing Tony Romo out there, pushing him out there because Tony Romo was packed. Now, let's talk about Drew freaking Brees. Drew Brees is New Orleans' white boy. They love him. They love everything about him. And when Teddy Bridgewater came in, because Drew Brees was hurt, they was like, oh, okay, he did it for us. Okay, Drew Brees is back. And then Drew Brees got hurt again. They was like, you better not put Winston out there because we got Taysom Hill. I know Winston can, but we're not going to allow you to do that for a second year. So, with that being said, this last go round, bro, they're going to do it again, bro, because they can't let Drew Brees just walk away like this. They cannot do it, cuz they cannot do it. So with that being said, Drew Brees is not going to retire this year. Now, what's that you just put up?
That's my false versus fact statement. That one was false.
Okay.
Charles said a lot of facts, okay? But what you just said was false.
Okay, now debunk what I just said, please, sir. Go ahead.
I'm about to debunk what some of that bullcrap Charles spat out too.
Go ahead.
Talk about comeback kids. All right, Drew was the comeback kid. That story right now has already been erased when you have two quarterbacks like Teddy Bridgewater and Alex Smith that done came back from gruesome knee injuries. That's been their comeback kid stories. Was look at Teddy. He still got it. He can lead a team. That's your comeback kid story right there. Now, with the Drew Brees statement. Again, I'm about to debunk what you talk about with this Jameis Winston. Number one, the reason why they didn't put Jameis Winston out there because they didn't want another Teddy Bridgewater situation. Whereas I showcased what I taught him.
This is true.
And now I have to pay him way more than I want to pay him. With not showcasing Jameis Winston's talent, I can give him about $10 million. I give $10 million. Whereas I would have put Jameis out there and say, for instance, Jameis went 4-0 in that bitch. Now I have to pay Jameis $25 million. Because look what Carolina paid $22 million a year to come to Carolina. If we showcase Jameis, what you think was gonna happen? We already got teams like the Colts, Jacksonville, already wanted him because he came to the Saints. Just because he came to the Saints and learned from Drew Brees and Sean Payton. They already seen what happens when another quarterback goes and learns from Drew Brees and Sean Payton. People don't forget, our boy Chase Daniels, for the longest, was the highest paid backup in football. Why? Because he learned from Drew Brees
Forever.
and Sean Payton. I'm just saying, bro. It's not about, you can say the skin color maybe a little, but when it comes to the Saints organization, they don't give a fuck about the skin color. They give a fuck about W's. Period. Taysom already on the contract. We can show you what we got with Taysom. He ours. You want him? Give me what you want. I need the money. What you gonna give me? I ain't got James under contract. That don't make no sense. I'm not going through that shit again. That's why James wasn't out there. People trying to sign James from throwing a touchdown pass in the playoffs, nigga.
That's not fact.
That's
That is not fact. People are not trying to sign. People are trying to sign Jameis to a long-term contract because he threw 30. He threw 30 biscuits. He threw 30 TDs. He threw 30 TDs. All you did, listen. All you
they want to
did
sign him
from
next year
last year,
because
man.
of Drew
No, fuck
Brees
all
and
that.
Sean Payton.
All the Tampa Bay did. See, everybody talk about Tampa Bay was 7-9. Do people not realize that of that 7-9, their defense couldn't stop nothing, and not only did their defense could not stop anything, that Jameis threw 30 interceptions. If Jameis cut that by
But aside from the
interceptions,
give what else he did aside from the interceptions.
he threw dubs. He balled like he said at the end of the season. Tell me somebody else.
Okay.
He had the most touchdowns, the most passing yards, everything.
You talking about the Fumblerooskis?
Listen to what I'm saying.
He definitely fumbled. I agree with you on that, brother.
But again, he had zero offensive line, and it showed because your fact, Jason, that came up was that the Buccaneers went 1-5. They went
Against
1-5
winning teams.
against winning teams. So listen, the recipe to success was what? Get pressure with 4 on Tom Brady this season. You do that, you win. Right? That was the same recipe as the year before. Get pressure on Winston, and you go win because for Jameis Winston, he got to drop back, and Bruce Arians' offense is the deep ball.
I'm gonna put it to you like this: when it comes to
what you say, hold on, little man, say something. We can't hear you. Say that again.
What you said, little man?
I said Winston had one bad year, plus his antics from when he was in his early years, and everybody holding that against him.
My thing
but
is,
even with
Winston,
that bad year, he had the most passing yards. He was slinging that thing, and then he had a whole year under Drew Brees. Don't nobody come from up under Drew and don't progress. Nobody.
Again
on LJ said. They don't want another Teddy Bridgewater situation. They try to hand the keys over to Taysom. Taysom's fumbled the ball. It ain't this time no more. Jameis was showing his ass at practice. But Sean Payton know what he's doing. He do not want to bend war with the NFL. I guarantee he get a contract before he even gets a free season. Guarantee. He going to have a contract before that, free agency.
No, he's gonna get a contract at the free agency.
That rah-rah, hold up, pause. That rah-rah you talking about with Taysom Hill dropping the ball and all that. Taysom Hill never dropped the ball. Taysom Hill did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
The reason why Taysom Hill is not going to be the starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints because he's too much of a factor everywhere else. This don't have nothing to do with his quarterback play because if you put both of those two quarterbacks that we talking about right now up against each other head to head, it's gonna even out, and I'm gonna tell you why it's gonna even out because What people don't understand is Taysom Hill was a Heisman Trophy candidate quarterback at BYU if it wasn't for 4 injuries. This man had an injury in every year of his college career. That means everything. You got to understand this man was an elite level quarterback on the college level. He was not no mediocre quarterback that's all of a sudden we putting in a game. You seen that by the throws he made while he was in the 5 week in these past 4 weeks. He played 4 weeks and went 3-1. Hold up. He went 3-1. Where did he drop the ball? What did he drop the ball?
What have you done for me lately?
What you mean? What has he done for me? He went 3-1 while my quarterback was hurt.
They gave Taysom the opportunity to showcase. Listen, so
and he did. What are you talking about?
Can he take over the franchise?
That's a fact.
What you mean? What I'm talking about? Are you agreeing that he's a franchise quarterback or he's the gadget player? Which one?
Wait. Say that again. I hate to say that again.
Is he a franchise quarterback or is he just a gadget player?
He's just a gadget player.
I disagree.
I believe he's better suited in that role of gadget player because you affect the game better as a gadget player.
I disagree.
I think he affects the game better as a gadget player than he would as a quarterback.
Now, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. Now, listen, Buddy said that Taysom had the most fumbles on our team this year, which is true.
His ball security, but a lot of that happened when he was starting and he was doing too much. And that's why I said what I said.
And listen, he didn't struggle against Denver. We played the game. The game plan was to run the football against Denver. So when people look at Denver game and say, "Oh, he struggled," no. Sean Payton went into that game like, "Okay, Denver don't have a quarterback."
Don't be on his jack strap when he gets his ball and ball out.
What? You said what game? Every game he played a solid game. Only game he did not. Let me tell you. The only thing he did not against Denver, reason why is because the game plan was set up that way. When a team has 0 quarterback, you play with a receiver at quarterback. Let's run this ball. Let's run the clock down. We know we can score 3. We know we can get in the red zone with our run game. We know we can get in the red zone with our passing game and score a couple of touchdowns. Bro, it's a game plan.
So answer me this. So I need y'all to just answer this for me. Yes or no? Is Taysom Hill a franchise quarterback that can take the keys from Drew Brees?
With the right quarterback, yes. With the right coach, yes. Not us, yes. And with the right coach, yes. He has a strong arm. He can read defenses. Again, I'm not talking about somebody who was a scrub that didn't have no play. This man was a Heisman Trophy candidate every year he played. The only thing that derailed him was knee injuries.
Right now.
Shouts out to Ratchet Craig, man. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so very much, sir. I appreciate it. Go ahead, look, cuz. Go ahead.
But I'm just saying. What I'm saying is,
bro. Like
Drew Brees.
Cuz said absolutely no.
You mean to tell me Taysom could take
Why? Would they not? Why? You know why? See this? I tell. Listen, we've as Saints fans are spoiled. Okay.
Absolutely.
I agree. I definitely
we have been spoiled because we was mediocre. We sucked. Okay. We was mediocre. And along comes Drew Brees, and now we have something to talk about. We wouldn't even be on this talking about this on Facebook Live or on the trap plan if Drew Brees.
I would not accept that.
But you got to.
But it's so true. But it's so true.
All I'm saying is that the first thing somebody say that Taysom Hill can't play quarterback. How do we know? We've been spoiled to the same man since 2006.
Okay. It says, come on, look at all the passes Hill threw this season. He definitely has a strong arm and can run, but his timing on his passes and his read progression needs work. Now, am I lying?
All right,
I agree.
Let me ask you this. What franchise quarterback didn't have to worry about stuff like that?
Right. Thank you. What's his name? Thank you, CJ.
What
CJ
franchise
snapping.
quarterback didn't have to work on that? Drew Brees a franchise quarterback. Did that not happen over time? That he got more accurate over time? Did it not when his progressions when he gel with receivers? You talking about a man who was a plug and play. He never. This man was literally a plug and play. Never sat behind center at point. It took him 4 years in our offense to get a snap and center as a starter. What? Listen. Let me tell you why he didn't hit one man in stride. Because that takes time. That takes practice. That takes all the things that you think Drew Brees was hitting Devin Henderson on a dime just off GP? No. You think he was hitting like we had that trouble with Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks would get open and what happened? Drew Brees was falling the short. How many times we saw that? Like what I don't get with people is that they don't understand that these things take time. My brother even had to get me in my head, in my mental, when we watched Taysom Hill in preseason. I'm like, man, this man not it. This man don't look good. This man don't do nothing. And he had to say, Buster, he with the backup offensive line, it'll look different with the starters. And what happened? He went 3-1, and the one loss he had, he really shouldn't have lost. That was Sean Payton's fault. It was terrible play calling.
And our cousin boy Jared Cook.
Exactly.
Said, bro, I was just listen, bro. Come on, man. I was just trying to get a man a chance. I believed in him. Y'all just threw him away. Y'all threw him away.
Let me tell you when I threw him away. I threw him away when he crossed the game. He crossed the middle. And looked like he was scared to
catch the ball.
He went like this. Like, I'm not gonna get hit. Man, you 6'4". If you don't go up there and catch that ball, you 6'4", 260 pounds. You don't go up there and catch that ball and get hit. Bro, it literally showed when he caught the ball, he would catch the ball and dudes would just demagnetize off him. Like I've never seen a man like take so many people to go down. I can't deal with it. He's a bum. We not gonna talk about
CJ, go to my inbox on Facebook. On my what's the name? And I'm gonna send the link to you. Okay, Ratchet Craig said everybody want a Joe Montana to Steve Young to Steve Young pass down. I agree.
It's not realistic.
It's really not realistic.
Listen, bro, hold on. Let me say this.
We done seen it happen a couple times.
Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers was the last time it happened.
Huh?
Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers.
Right. No, we go past that, bro.
What?
It was Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck.
All right. Okay. All right. I'll give you that.
Andrew Luck sat down too quick though.
No, Andrew Luck came in starting, sir. The year that he left.
But that wasn't really a pass down.
It is because he told him he wanted to leave. He was winning. They could have signed him back.
Yeah, but
he gave it away.
But again, it's because they drafted Andrew Luck.
They gave it away for them to draft him. Because they had the number one pick.
Let me say this. cousin. All right. Buster, he kept it real. We are spoiled, okay? I am, and I am having a hard time letting go. So, if I keep telling myself Drew Brees is not going to retire, I feel like something is going to happen to where he's not going to retire, and we get the opportunity to see the last season and he go out in the sunset. That is what I want to see.
But I'm sorry, cousin. I don't think Drew Brees can hold up for 18 games. And that's with us winning the NFC, period.
Hold up. Let's welcome. Let LPZ welcome our other guests. I want to hear this because I want to hear.
Okay, we have our new guest coming in, brother CJ Lewis, and I'm hoping he comes in and he just shines some light on this situation to make me feel better.
If he's saying what he said, if he's speaking the same stuff he was speaking when he was talking about Taysom and all that, he's gonna agree that Drew is gonna retire. Cause that was real. Like, again, like I love Taysom. Niggas Taysom, but I believe like
whoa, hold on. Listen, bro. Listen. Ratchet Craig, you my dog, bro. You my dog. You my dog, but I'm not finna allow you to come on my post making outlandish statements like this.
Drew Brees ain't Tom Brady. Again, he will never be Tom. Sean Payton and Drew Brees came and took the league.
Listen.
Period.
Drew Brees ain't Tom Brady because he's better.
Thank you.
I understand what he means by Drew Brees is not Tom Brady.
Pause. Drew Brees ain't Tom Brady because Tom Brady ain't getting hurt yet at the end of his career over 40.
No, Buster, listen to me. What he means as in Drew Brees is not, like we were saying earlier, Drew Brees is not the prototypical quarterback that the league was looking for.
Listen to
Drew Brees and Sean Payton came and took this shit.
Listen to me. You see this look right here? This the I'm serious as heck look. All right. See the shoulder dip and everything like that? Listen, what you gotta understand is that Tom Brady is probably in the best shape of his life. Okay. The minute Tom Brady gets hit and hurt at 42,
and they're not allowing that to happen.
Exactly. But the minute that happens, if that happens, something reckless happens and that happens, Tom Brady is going to be on the retirement scale in within that year or the following year.
Especially if it's something with his legs.
Because let me tell you why, cousin. I'll tell you why. It's because once you hit over that 40 plateau in the NFL, look at everybody. Look at everybody who hit over that 40 plateau. Look at the latest person was Brett Favre. Before Drew Brees, it was Brett Favre. Brett Favre got hurt. And
hold on, I'm finna bring Ratchet Craig in. I'm finna bring Ratchet Craig in. I'm finna bring him in.
But listen, he not it. Like Brett Favre got hurt, and what happened? Boom, dwindled off. His body couldn't recover. Brett Favre is what we consider an Iron Man.
So it is.
Once you hit over 40 and you start getting hit and hurt, you gotta think about
because
it. Drew
again,
Brees was a board of health
was an Iron Man.
Drew Brees was another Iron Man. Drew Brees was a board of health until then.
Agreed,
Charles. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Drew, even though we ain't just gonna shit like that. But we still, Drew Brees is still top one of the least sack quarterbacks, bro.
Reggie Craig, come on in, bro. come on in. We want to hear what you got to say, bro. Look, y'all, Ratchet Craig, he cool,
Craig,
bro. He a cool dude.
We
Listen,
also don't.
no,
Do you
listen.
believe Drew is coming back, Craig?
Nah,
That's all we want to know.
Ratchet Craig.
Do you believe, Ratchet Craig? Do you believe Drew Brees is coming back?
Just tell LP that he's this. Spoiled.
We are definitely spoiled.
I am, bro. See, let me explain. Hold on, no. Let me explain.
We too damn spoiled to think.
Let me explain myself.
Man gonna keep doing what he been doing.
Cuz let me explain myself. All right. Let me explain myself. Okay. I am 40 years old. Okay. And I
am not
can remember.
Chicken you was.
I can remember the 1980s Saints. I can remember Uncle Lonzel, Uncle Willie, Uncle Red coming in from the Saints game, throwing stuff, frustrated because the Saints lost again.
They said it was time.
Okay? I sat through that as a child and I watched that. And then I got the opportunity to see the Saints come back and be great in the early 90s when we was going cha-ching, and we was the champs. I remember that. I got the opportunity to go to the Saints training camp. I went to the Sam Mills punt, pass, and kick camp, and I got autographs and pictures with the Saints. But then they started sucking again in the 90s. And then in the late 90s, early 2000s, we won our first playoff game with Aaron Brooks. And then we started sucking again. But then this white boy named Drew Brees came to the team. And he made us a great team again.
Nah, that wasn't the white boy that came. That wasn't no white boy. That was Nightball Drew.
Say what?
That was Nightball Drew. See, we got white. See, you ain't know. See, this is what I'm saying. You ain't know.
Let me finish my story.
No, you ain't finish that story. Because that was Nightball Drew that came in. We got Audubon Park Drew right now. We got Sunday Brunch Drew.
And then he took us to a Super Bowl.
One Super Bowl.
And all of my tears and my years of tears and hurt and pain were erased. And so now you're trying to tell me that Drew Brees is about to leave, and I'm not going to accept that.
I'm sorry. You have to accept it, cousin. You have to accept the inevitable. But again, also, when we go back to the 90s and all that, we never had two things that matched. In the 90s and the 2000s, we always had a fire defense. No
in the early 90s.
Even the 2000s. What you talking about?
No. I'm
You finally got a head coach that, number one, again, when we're going to go back to business and we're going to talk about...
Hold on, bro. Jim Mora was a great coach. Jim Mora was a great coach. He had to go on the news and dog them boys out like that publicly the way he did. But Jim Mora was a great coach.
Okay. Who's Jim Mora won the Super Bowl with?
I don't know.
Buster, did Jim Mora win the Super Bowl? Huh? False. Not a good coach. Again, let's keep going. But you have a coach that, just like, besides Drew Brees, if you actually be real about what they like talking about Sean Payton more than they like to talk about Drew Brees. They're like, yeah, Drew. But Sean Payton?
Yeah,
man,
that's true.
They're not going to let him just go into abyss and fail. No, it's not going to happen. And then
I agree, Jameis gonna be the next quarterback. That's my hope. That's my hope. But I'm saying I don't. Drew Brees can't leave on this note.
Go ahead.
Drew Brees can't leave on this note. Okay, he can't.
On the loss,
he went out too. He went out sad, bro. I can't.
But he went out.
Drew Brees is the greatest quarterback of all time, okay? And you can't allow the greatest quarterback of all time to go out like that.
Bro, do you really believe they would have let Drew go out like that if it wasn't against the GOAT?
But Tom Brady ain't the GOAT.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
He's their GOAT.
Okay, he could be their GOAT, but
he's
not
their
the GOAT.
That's the NFL's GOAT.
It is.
And they was not going to let the New Orleans Saints beat Tom 3 times.
That's true.
In a row. Same season. It's just not going to happen. The story going into it was, New Orleans Saints has their number. The better story is, Tom Brady figured it out, even though he didn't. But that was the story they're going to go with.
The storyline, they told the storyline in the Super Bowl. They told the storyline. You think Brady was gonna lose? Like everybody said, you think Brady was gonna lose to Mahomes after he just beat Aaron Rodgers and Drew
Brees? Another story. The top folks talked about quarterbacks in the league.
No, stop talking about. Listen, take Patrick Mahomes out of it. Again, it's the old guard, okay? You ever seen the movie The Old Guard?
Nah, I see that.
All right, you gotta watch 2 quarterbacks they would think about putting over Tom Brady in the league.
Listen,
Drew Brees.
I understand that.
No. I'm going to your point. Dude, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers. What? Oh, he got beat them.
Listen, I'm not even getting to that, okay? So this is the thing for me, okay? If you ever watch The Old Guard, but I basically gave you the plot. The plot is that these people go around and they fight wars and battles, and they have been fighting wars and battles for centuries, but they can never get old, okay? They can never die. Drew Brees is a part of that Old Guard. But guess what happens at the end of the movie? The Old Guard dies. So right now, each individual, and it was the 5 of them. So right now, the 5 Old Guards were Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Big Ben, and Phillip Rivers. That was the 5. That's the 5. That's the 5 most successful old quarterbacks that's still in the league that was part of that old regime. Okay.
You said Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning was a part of the old regime. He retired. He just retired in what 2015?
5 years.
Yeah, that's just 5 years. Dang, y'all act like he retired in 2000. The man retired in this decade. Right, he retired in the decade. Like we just got it.
Okay, I will give you that.
So listen. So first he was him.
Do you hear echo now, cousin? Or it's better?
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Carrie Hughes said the NFL needed a home team to play in and win the Super Bowl in their hometown. Needed. I agree with that 100%.
Did not.
No, they didn't. They solidified Tom Brady's spot as the GOAT.
That's what this shit was all about.
I'm telling you, this was tailored towards Tom Brady. They knew back in 2017 that he was going over there. I'm telling y'all. They knew they was going to trade him.
Wait, first of all, it was Drew Brees that fell short.
Put your false back up there, Buster. Put that false up there. I need that false thing. Boom.
Go for it. You know, I can argue all day. I stand on my own square.
No, I ain't talking about you, cousin. I'm talking about Craig's statement down there. Drew Brees all false. We have been robbed 2 years in a row.
No, forget the rob. Coming up short is having
Ratchet Craig, please come on to the stream, dog.
Falling short is having mediocre numbers.
Hold up. Let me answer him right quick. So you mean to tell me when the Patriots played the Seahawks and Beast Mode had been cutting up the whole season and it's second and goal and you pass the ball, that's conspiracy?
Oh, wait. So we're not even going to get into that.
Conspiracy theory? Matter of fact, he got that ball. You better not get that nigga that ball. You better not get. You like your job, huh? You sitting pretty, ain't man, get out of here. That ain't conspiracy theory. That's the truth.
Listen.
Who's going to not give Beast Mode the ball on the goal line in the Super Bowl?
So I disagree. You already know I disagree.
Tell me. Make it make sense.
I agree with you, cuz I'm sorry.
Listen.
Make it make sense.
That's what made me start believing in the conspiracy theory.
All right, so listen. Y'all want me to make that make sense?
Make it make sense.
You want me to make it make sense?
Look. Buster still ain't feeling that. Buster, okay.
No. I believe that things happen and things like that because it's entertainment, okay?
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is this. And I can't so that one has a justifiable reason in my eyes why Beast Mode doesn't get that ball.
Woo!
Now you ready?
Whoa, hold on. Look at his ear. Look at that.
Man, what's the plan? The plan is a conspiracy.
What's the difference?
He just said tomato. You said tomato. He said tomato.
Absolutely.
He said the politically correct thing.
That nigga told.
That was it's their business plan. But what I'm saying is this with the NFL, with the NFL, with that particular moment in time, okay. Marshawn Lynch was. Oh wait, pause. Hold up. Now I gotta stop. Cause hold up, pause.
How did Drew Brees chuck in the playoffs?
Extra ratchet.
All right, we're gonna go back to the playoff losses that we had.
Man, come up here. Man, come up on that talking. Man, come up on this board.
2011, Drew Brees led us down the field. And we was about to win against the 49ers. The defense lost that one. We go to the one against the Seahawks. The defense couldn't stop shit. Drew Brees had to try to do it. Drew Brees came in the fourth quarter and scored 2 touchdowns to try to come back. We lost by 8. That's not Drew Brees falling short in the playoffs. In the game against Minnesota, it was a Minnesota miracle that the Minnesota won that game. Drew Brees came back after halftime when we was down 20-10. They put us up with
that boy got off.
That's in a minute.
That boy got off.
Hold up.
What? You have no leg to stand on in that shit, Greg. Sorry.
Hold up. Listen. In 2006, Drew Brees had 597 yards passing in 2 games. In 2009, he had 732 yards passing in 3 games. In 2011, he had 928 passing yards in 2 games. That's the year we played San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
In the one game in 2019 when we lost to them, he had 208 yards passing, a TD, and 1 interception. The year before that, when we played the divisional round, he had 550 yards passing in 2 games. So he was slinging the ball around the yard. It's just something always happened.
You say you had the Minnesota Miracle,
we actually lost.
Let me tell you, the Minnesota game, the reason why that we lost is because we was gonna bust Philadelphia
ass. No chance.
Look, the only time I'm gonna say some foul language on there. We was gonna bust the ass.
You good, bro?
So, like Craig, I'm sorry, you have no like literally in the playoffs. We can honestly say this year was the first time we could say, Drew, yeah, you
We
did that.
actually lost this
Drew,
year.
you did that.
Undisputedly, we got out. Look, it was all on us, man. The past three behind it, nah, nigga, you don't get no ride with that.
No, you don't get no ride with that since Drew been here. Drew has never lost us a playoff game since he's been here until this one, and that was a combination of him and somebody else.
I agree.
Right.
I agree with what CJ just said, but at the same time, like I said, we've been robbed so much so that when them damn Patriots and that was the Falcons,
the Rams,
what was the lowest rating for a Super Bowl? The Rams. That bullshit.
Come on, man. You gonna honestly
tell me
the Patriots scoring 13 points would be a Sean Payton team. Get the fuck out of here, bro. They made sure that he got his other one.
Right.
You muted.
You muted, cuz.
This commercial is brought to you by Good Hands Financial Services. Right now,
go ahead, do your commercial, dog. Go ahead, do your commercial.
Let me tell you why. 3 reasons why you want to get with me, Cardell Silas, Good Hands Financial Services. Number 1, I am full of charisma. Do you see this? Number 2, I'm smart. Not just book smart, but street smart. Number 3, I keep your finances in good hands. Ladies and gentlemen, you come to Good Hands Financial Services. We are family. We are like family. I'm going to treat you like family. I won't just be your accountant and just tell you go about your day. I want to know what you ate for breakfast and what you did for lunch. You know, I want those things because without you, there's no.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Cardell Silas. Thank you so very much. Please contact him for your needs with Good Hands. And please, do you have any contact information that you would like to share?
Yes, I do.
I'm about to say,
so I can be reached at 504-650-1555. Also, I have a website. It's www.ghfsnola.com. Also, follow me on Facebook. Give me a like, a good like. You know, it's Good Hands Financial Services. On Instagram, you can also follow me on Instagram. This is where you see a lot of my updates because everybody's going to Instagram. The world is around Instagram. And so you can follow me on there at GHFSNOLA. You follow me there, you'll see a lot of my pricing and everything like that. I give tidbits. I also do a little Instagram lives, you know, and things of that nature to give you little tidbits on financial success. So again,
no doubt.
650-1555.
Hello?
What's happening? Look.
What's going on, brother?
Okay, we got CJ on the line. You know what I'm saying? CJ, what's your thoughts, bro?
What's happening?
Is Drew Brees coming back or is he retiring?
Okay, well, now I would say Drew Brees is definitely going to retire. I think in the best interest of Drew and his family, you know, because this man he didn't sacrifice for New Orleans time and time again, man. And we done wasted Drew Brees' best years. Let's be honest about that. So, in the shape and the condition that he is in for the past 2 years with the injuries that he sustained, you know, just for his sake, he should not come back, man. You know, we tried 4 years. 4 years we tried with Drew. We tried to get him now, try to build a team around him, but this is not good
got the defense and everything
for him as far as his health going forward, because you got to have a life after football.
Now,
so with that
CJ,
said,
I got a question for you.
That he will retire. I think the salary cap move that he did was Drew still trying to sacrifice for the best of the team. Because, man, Drew Brees got his money. That man got his money. And he'll get his money later on, but he's just trying to free it up so that we can
he
offer
already got his money.
Jameis or whoever we're going to sign or the rest of the guys that we can offer them the best deal to retain them so that we can still do something with the roster that we have.
DJ.
So that's what I believe with when it comes to Drew Brees, man. Like, the man sacrificed all these years when he came to New Orleans, won us a championship, took us to several playoffs. We ain't even gonna talk about 2018. You know, it's still a deep pain in our heart. You know what I'm saying? The other times, you know, it's a team game, so everything ain't on Drew. You know, some things that he does have to take an account for, but everybody has to take their account for when it comes to that. But man, Drew Brees, he should retire just based on his health thing. His football IQ will be missed. If you looked at the games when he was in the playoffs and he checking at the line, switching the plays, we gonna miss that when he's gone. Unless we get another veteran who has, you know, good football IQ, we're gonna miss that when he's gone. But it's time for my man to let the new cats have it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
We have to let.
You know what? I can't. I can't argue with that.
Let somebody else go through the.
I can't argue with that.
Drew Brees went through. We have to let somebody.
Yeah, man. Drew Brees, like I said, man,
he went to the playoffs.
You know,
the first year he was here.
We really missed our window. When Drew was, every time Drew had a 5,000-yard passing season, if we had the defense that we have now in those years,
we won 4.
Oh man, you know, New Orleans would probably have multiple championships, or at the very least, have been competing, you know, in the running for multiple championships in the seasons where he had 5,000-yard passing, and you know, we were.
Drew was getting,
if not the number one offense, we were close to the number one offense those years. But that's when we had our historically bad defense those years. You know, Steve Spagnuolo, when he came.
The only year
now this man with Kansas City as their defense coordinator.
5,000,
you know, won them a championship.
Defense.
But you know, as you've seen, just you know,
was 2011.
Yeah, they lost that game, of course. But if we would have had the championship defense that we have with Dennis Allen now, and it took a while for Dennis Allen to get us to this point.
Because the team,
but if we had that championship team, that defense back then, we probably would have at least 2 or 3.
I believe
at the
4.
very least.
I believe
we'd
4.
have 2 or 3 championships. I'm still upset that we let Tampa Bay come and get multiple championships in our division, because I really believe that we were in line to be the first team in the NFC South to get multiple championships. But I mean, that's just the way football works. That's the way the salary cap works. Trying to re-sign players, trying to keep core intact. I mean, it's the nature of the business, man.
Sean Payton said it the best. Sean Payton said it the best, and it goes back to Malcolm Jenkins. He was like,
"You still there,
CJ? Can hold on? Can you hear the other people talking, CJ?
No, I can only hear you, my man. I can't hear anybody else.
Look, I sent you my number. Right. Call my phone. Call my phone, and
okay.
so that you can be in the conversation with everybody.
Okay, all right, I'll do that.
All right.
I kind of figured he couldn't hear.
I agree with CJ wholeheartedly. Every word, damn near every word he said, I agree with.
Except for the last one, but we'll get to that. I got a question. Would you play for $1 million? Sacrifice your body.
Hold on. CJ. Hold on. CJ.
What are you on the phone?
Mm-hmm. Why he trying to get that?
I couldn't hear you, LJ.
No, I wouldn't sacrifice.
Please leave your message for
$1 million at 43 years old, and I'm a GOAT. No.
Would you play for $1 million?
Drew ain't coming back for no million. He ain't coming back for one.
Okay.
Would you play for $1 million?
Hold on 1 second, y'all. Can y'all
let them say something? Because let them say something. I can hear you. Let them say something. I can hear them.
Y'all start talking.
Can you hear me?
CJ,
Can you hear them?
CJ,
It's
can you
really,
hear me?
really low.
Hold on.
You might need to turn up the
Yeah.
volume on your phone, cuz.
Okay, can you hear him now?
Oh yeah,
You
that's
can hear
perfect.
me?
That's perfect.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear everybody.
All right.
you're in
I
there.
agree
Very
with
good.
a lot of your statements. It was perfectly, yes, agreed. Because there was only one year that Drew threw over 5,000 yards that we had close to an adequate defense, and that was 2011. And we all know how that
Facts.
played out. Because we
Right.
all know if we would have got past the 49ers, we'd have won that Super Bowl. Period.
I hated
But
that game.
But Drew definitely. I don't trust. My whole thing is right now, I don't trust Drew for a 18-game season, and that's with us winning. And that's with us winning the NFC South, winning the NFC.
Agreed.
Period. I don't
Agreed.
trust him with playing 18 games. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah,
think
I mean,
his
it's
arm
health.
can take 18 games.
I ain't feeling it either, cuz.
Right, having a torn rotator cuff, you know,
Like,
at his
right.
age, is very detrimental to the body. You know,
Yes.
and the older you get, the longer it's going to take for you to heal from injury. Now we saw with the last 2 seasons,
Yeah.
just small injuries, how many games he was out.
And he
I
still
suspected
came
that
back
the real
before
injury,
injuries and still balled.
Right. He came back and balled, and as like I said, that's more off of his football IQ. That's more off of the defenses that we played. That's off the because nobody can read on our team. Nobody can read that defense like Drew Brees. He can check out the line. You've
Drew
seen
Brees
it in
is
the
the best
playoffs.
in the
You've
league
seen it
at
in the
that.
regular season.
That's the best quarterback ever. Besides Peyton Manning. Him and Peyton Manning has a 1-2.
But just based off of our team, we putting everybody else aside, we just basing it off of what our team has and the strengths and weaknesses of our team. Nobody can check at the line. Nobody can read the defenses. Nobody can throw it in soft coverage. Nobody can accurately. And this year, you've seen Drew Brees more so not throwing guys open, but he putting it spot on. So you're getting those spot on, moving the chain, and it seemed like our offense was geared more towards moving the chains.
That's exactly what our offense was geared
bombing
towards.
Right. We wasn't bombing down deep. Now look at the first game we played against Tom Brady. And then the second and third game when we played against Derek Carr and then Aaron Rodgers. Now in those 3 games, I'm just using those for example. Each one of those quarterbacks was bombing deep on us. The reason some of those plays didn't connect with Tom Brady, that was the first game, and this was a pandemic season with no preseason. So he going out there straight off the rip.
It's limited camp. You got to remember, it was a limited camp.
That's why I said the first 4 games
camp,
of the season was
no preseason.
The first 4 games of the
season
was
the preseason. Exactly. Right. But this man, just based off of Tom Brady's skill set, still throwing the ball downfield. I mean, bombing plays. If they would have connected, we probably would have lost that game. You know, we probably would have lost that game. The second and the third game, Derek Carr and what's their tight end name? They were killing us.
Oh yeah, they tight end wore our ass out.
They were killing us. We couldn't stop the guy. Why? Because he bombing downfield. He bombing downfield. He catching everything.
That's not true.
So
he wasn't bombing downfield on us. 110 yards.
No.
Bro,
listen,
you had 11 interceptions for 110 yards. That's not bombing it down the field.
No, listen. I'm about to debunk you on that. Listen.
Okay, come on.
That happened because Malcolm Jenkins was not integrated well enough yet.
That's fact number 1. Malcolm Jenkins. That was fact number 1. That's fact number 1.
Malcolm Jenkins. Okay.
Now, number 2 is that people understood this. If you notice,
all three of those teams that we played, what was the weakness in all three of those teams that we played? The play action. We did not play well against the play action. What was in the first game against Tom Brady? I disagree with you that we would have lost that game. The reason why I'm gonna tell you why what the problem was that they didn't do what they did the last 6 games of the season, which was play Tom Brady's style of offense. All season, Bruce Arians and Byron Leftwich
was trying to bomb that shit down the field.
Right, was trying to bomb it down the field. That ain't Tom game. Never been Tom game. That never was Tom game. Tom Brady is one of the most surgical quarterbacks in the NFL.
Mr. Check down. He wants to throw it to his tight ends and his running backs. Period.
Now,
as long as he ain't got to run. As long as he ain't got to run.
You don't have to. As long
you
as
don't have to.
The thing is this. What happened was, I'm going to tell you, with Aaron Rodgers beat us off one play. The play action. The play action bootleg. Guess what? We went into playoff game 1, and guess what? I forgot who Chicago coach is. He tried to beat us with the same game plan that Green Bay beat us with. They saw weaknesses in that, and we just adjusted. The problem is that when we lost every game we lost, it was against teams who ran play action, heavy play action.
I ain't even realized that.
No.
I ain't even peeped that.
I'm gonna be that a little bit, Buster. The thing was with the reason why not Tom Brady, I'm sorry, Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay beat us was because of Green Bay. I'm sorry. Was Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay beat us because literally they beat us because we had no fans in the stands. That literally played everything into it because he could check at the line and everybody could hear everything.
But it wasn't checks that was beating us.
Yes, it was. But it was Aaron Rodgers. It was check down. It was checks at the line.
No, it wasn't.
It was not checks.
He could do the hard count.
Bro, it was all that. Checks. Listen to me. And listen to me while I'm telling you it wasn't checks.
Go ahead.
Because every single time they ran this play action boot, and what they would do is if you go watch the film, they had a tight end. The tight end would block down and then cut across. Right. He would come on the backside. Every single team that did that up until week, like you said, the first 4 weeks was preseason. After week 4, we shut that down.
Yeah.
Not entirely, because when we lost against Jalen Hurts, he was doing the same thing. And here's the thing that
he was doing it from a read option perspective.
Right, I'm gonna add this to y'all's analysis. I'm gonna add this to y'all's analysis. The quarterbacks that we lost to, who we lose to, we lost to Derek Carr, we lost to Aaron Rodgers, we lost to Jalen Hurts. We lost to Patrick Mahomes, right?
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Okay, so those 4 quarterbacks, outside of Tom Brady, all of those quarterbacks are mobile. They can create outside the pocket. Every last quarterback that I just named created outside the pocket. With those bootlegs going to, I know that when we played Kansas City, they kept going to it seemed like they were doing the same play and just moving the chains. That same play.
That's Patrick Mahomes though. That's Mahomes. He's gonna eat.
But Jalen Hurts was doing the same thing.
No, so listen.
Yeah.
This is
Jalen Hurts did the same thing against us.
I'm sorry.
And that was his first game.
I gotta debunk that with Patrick Mahomes thing. I'm sorry. I feel as though, in my opinion, they just got lucky. They caught Drew coming straight off an injury, bro. Like,
say that one more time.
I mean that's one aspect of it. The other, hold on, wait. The other aspect of it, we had several people that were out. I think we had 6 people that was out in that game.
Yep,
starters.
Quan Alexander, man, that hurt.
Well, the entire starting receiving core was not playing.
He came in busted.
Drew Brees
Alexander came in busted.
No, listen. Drew Brees came back and was throwing on that Wednesday. I want to say he was throwing on Wednesday or Thursday. So Drew Brees had 3 days to throw to 3 receivers that he has never thrown to ever. And for us to lose that game by what, 3? We lost by 3 or 7?
Right. Something like that.
And we barely lost that game.
We lost by 1 score? For us to lose by 1 score.
With everything, with us healthy, we were clearly the better football team.
Right.
Clearly.
And our biggest factor.
We were the best football team in the NFL.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Healthy, there's no, like, literally, just like we were saying earlier, bro. Like, literally, Tom Brady would not have won if he wouldn't have started on his side of the football against the New Orleans Saints, period. Every time he started on the opposite side of the 50, he never marched that shit down the field. When he started on the opposite side of the 50, it was punt session.
Now watch this. Watch this. We're not even taking this into account. With a full stadium.
Right.
You lose.
That's definitely a difference. It wouldn't even be a question.
With a full stadium, we go 14-2, and we go to the Super Bowl. Full stadium.
This city got
Remember the last time Tom Brady came down there to a full stadium, and what happened? Y'all remember that? Remember the last time Tom
Everybody
Brady
knows
came down
full
there?
stadium.
Well, we beat them 52-17, something like that. So I definitely believe that the crowd definitely would have had we would have had a lot of advantage and momentum with that crowd. Injuries, even with the injuries, but like I said before in the chat. Yeah, but like I said before in the chat, man, that playoff pressure versus regular season pressure is a different animal. And we all know that. When they know that they got another game, okay, we take an L, we get ready, we refocus, we get back in the game. But when you in that playoff and you mess up, it's like everything is magnified. You see how Jared Cook was looking on the sideline. Like, it looked like that was the last play of the game. Now, there was still plenty of time for us to come back and win this game.
I went to bat for that dude. I went to bat for him.
Yeah, I mean, but listen. Okay, so Jared Cook, he had a fumble. Now, we can't just magnify Jared Cook's fumble if we're not going to talk about all the people's mistakes all this regular season.
First of all, but that's what the reason why we do that to Jared Cook, because he has been doing that
in the regular
all season in critical times.
In the regular season.
So Taysom Hill was it? So Taysom Hill didn't score 3 times in the Atlanta game? Come on.
But again,
that's somebody else that wasn't playing. We also agreed that if Taysom Hill wasn't playing, we
came back with a W. We ate the W, so it don't matter.
Right.
Taysom Hill. So listen.
It don't matter until, but see, that's what you're saying. It don't matter until it matters.
Until you lose. What you mean?
It don't matter until it matters.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? You can
it don't matter until you lose.
Look,
it don't matter. It
always
matters.
It do matter. It's still
it
a
always
problem.
Matters. And the reason why is because that just preview. Look, go ahead.
It's still a problem.
I say the reason why.
Wrong. But when it comes to Jared Cook, like, it was so many times when you're watching the game, in critical times when you need it to happen, he bitch up. It's just that.
Yep.
Like, we were playing against the Eagles in the game. When Taysom Hill was leading us down the field, it was 4th and 2. Sean like, fuck it, we going for him. Nigga said, motherfucking Taysom Hill. Everybody was getting on Taysom Hill threw that boy one of the most beautiful passes we ever seen Taysom Hill throw. And he, because he's scared to get hit.
Dribbling and drop.
Unfortunately.
Look, I can't excuse Jason. Look, I can't excuse Jared Cook when them passes hit his hands. I can't excuse that at all. So I agree with you on that.
I was like, don't give me people like think I don't just like I was an advocate for this dude. The dude was a Pro Bowl as a Saint last season. I was advocate. All right, cool. We got us a tight end, and then that Jared Cook shit set in again because he does it everywhere he goes.
Okay, this is what we gonna do. This is what we gonna do. We got a few more minutes left, but I want us to really, I want everybody to kind of say their piece pertaining to the issue of should Drew Brees retire. I want to hear from everybody to give their piece. Starting with you, Cassius, and just give your piece on why he is going to retire.
Drew Brees is going to retire because he has nothing left to prove. He's done it all. Even though Tom Brady has caught him in the touchdown thing, he's still chasing Drew. That's the only reason why he's going to play again, just to beat that. That's the only reason why he's playing, just to beat Drew in yardage. That's the only reason why he's coming back next year. Drew Brees has nothing left to prove, and I think he's ready to hand it over to Taysom or Jameis. I'm just gonna leave it at Taysom or Jameis.
Okay, little man.
Hey, I'm gonna piggyback on that. Drew, the greatest of all time. He has nothing else to prove. He's on the decline, and I would hate for him to come back just to show and put more blemish on his legacy. Fall with grace. Made it to the playoffs within your last year. I wouldn't say come back and say he get hurt again, and then they're gonna be like, oh, he gonna get knocked down on the total pole as one of the greats of all times if he gonna keep trying to force it. His best times to get a Super Bowl are behind him. Pass the torch. Teach one. I'm good. That's it.
Bet. We got our special guest. He's gonna give us his spiel on whatever it is he got to say, and you got to come on with it, Ratchet Craig. You've been saying some very outlandish things. You've been saying some outlandish things, and you got to face the piper. Go ahead, OG.
Forgive me for I have seen you, right? I know y'all had time to Drew Brees alter night tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's over with for. But my whole point is, even with his career, I'm sorry, he just a one Super Bowl champ, and then he just couldn't do it tonight. Do it this season, right? And when it comes to Tom Brady, I don't think I'm saying about Tom Brady issue is Tom Brady started from a whole new team he know nothing about. So he had to get to know them. So I understand y'all talking about these little injuries and these 3 new receivers and all that. I understand y'all got that Drew Brees alter.
How many All-Pro? I don't give a fuck how you gotta learn a team. How many All-Pro are on Tampa Bay Buccaneers team?
Wait. Stephen A. Smith said that Tom Brady is the greatest GM of all time.
You fucking right. He's the greatest GM of all time.
He got Bruce, the greatest GM of all time.
He is.
He got Rob Gronkowski to come out of retirement. Rob Gronkowski was crying about how hurt he was, how he couldn't do it no more, and he's talking about he ready to go back for another one.
But it's Tom Brady though. That's like Michael Jordan. That's like Michael Jordan, bro. You can make a nigga believe you can fly.
You give a quarterback like Tom Brady. You give a quarterback like Tom Brady 3 receivers.
You get this man
posted multiple 1,000-yard plus a tight end.
And he still went 1 for 5. He still went 1 for 5 against winning teams. He had all that and still only went 1 for 5 against winning teams. So this year.
Bro,
this year.
Yeah, of course. He have a brand new team. I can expect that. But by the time the playoffs start, big clutch Tom Brady came through.
You go look at Tom Brady. Oh, I'm glad you went there. Thank you for going there. If you go look at Tom Brady's numbers in the playoffs, besides the Super Bowl, that nigga numbers suck. He's below 50-something in passing when he played the Saints. All his touchdowns came on our side of the field. That ain't clutch Tom Brady coming through.
It is clutch time.
No.
See
No.
the thing.
No.
See the
That's
thing.
the
He know.
defense
Hold
that
No.
on.
gets by.
See how great he is over Drew Brees
That's
is.
false.
He know how to do ball control. He know how to
False.
help out his. He know how to help out his
False.
defense without lacking by
False.
running and
Hold
stuff
on,
like
hold on.
that, right?
Buster.
Hold on,
He got
CJ trying to say
the
something.
side of the
CJ
field.
trying to
He
say
got to do
something.
all that.
I'm
just saying. I'm sorry, brother, y'all.
I'm gonna add to the current debate right now, but I'm not doing this. You cannot diminish Tom Brady's skill set. Okay, so that's aside. The man went there and he did what he did. He got all his accomplishments. Fine, but if he did that with I don't know, the Cowboys or somebody like that, yeah, you got more argument to say what you're saying about him. But to have a stacked team like that at the veteran level of what Tom Brady is, I mean, when he got signed in the preseason, I mean, before the season started, everybody was thinking that anyway. It wasn't until we actually started seeing the games from when he started to, when they progressed on, we seen him struggle early on, and yeah, that just gelling with the new offense. You know what I'm saying? But what you did see is that team gelled down the stretch when they needed to. And our team started off great. We had some hiccups along the way, then we picked up our steam. Even when we lost our starting quarterback to injury again, we still maintained to roll. But as we got closer and closer to the postseason, all the injuries, all the mistakes that like y'all was saying before, we don't count them because we still won. Man, you got to count everything because that shows you what's coming. That shows you what's coming down the pipeline. If you want to ignore that, you ignore that if you want to. But don't be looking crazy with your mouth dropped when all of that stuff come to bite you. And that's what happened.
Oh no! Don't trip. Like I agree with you.
People watch game fields as it goes on too. They know where your weakness is, right? As the more you play, they start to look at your weakness.
Dude, it's like I said, bro. 3 times. When Jared Cook fumbled that ball,
it's not.
Lil Man was sitting next to me.
That. It's not hard to beat any team 3 times. And the NFL it's been shown because in the last 32 times, I think the last 32 times, I think the winning team, the team that won the first 2, they only lost. The only team lost. I think we was the 7th team out of like 30 something times. The stat was out there. It's not hard. Matter of fact, hold up. Let me debunk this again. Because the Saints did this already previously 3 years prior to this season. The Saints.
Who they do that to?
Carolina.
Oh, boo! They had the
With
Tom
Cam
Brady
Newton.
team, bro.
With Cam Newton.
Tom Brady team, bro. We talking about Tom Brady, bro.
Put
the respect on this name.
Bro,
Put the respect on this name, bro.
We're also talking about a team game. If you don't remember, you saying Tom Brady, but if you don't remember, a punt return got called back on a BS block in the back, a punt return touchdown that would have and our punt return put us in field position, and we failed to capitalize on it. Now that's
a part of the guy. Yeah, that's a part of the guy.
Hold up, and that's on Drew because if you take that first one on Drew, the second one was a BS block in the back, which did not happen, and we scored a touchdown. So we up 10-0. So you think that's not so you don't think that's a momentum swing and a change shift? Because remember, we got the same
about momentum swing.
Hold up. The same thing happened.
Your words were Tom
38-3.
Brady
The same thing happened. We went up 10-0, and that was it. It was lifeless. Those chain of events, those take over the game. What people don't realize is that we was up 7. Jared Cook don't fumble. Drew Brees was carving them up down the field.
We were going up 14 if Jared Cook do not fumble.
14. They could not stop us.
That sounds good.
No,
that's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. It ain't about that it sound good. That's just real.
Good. That's the truth.
It ain't reality because y'all didn't win. It ain't reality because y'all didn't win.
But your words that you are saying is false.
I'm gonna give you another one. Hold up. I'm gonna give him another one. Look, brother. I'm gonna give him another one. Hold up. I'm gonna give you another one.
What's
Now,
you
Randy
on the
Craig.
computer?
Pull
Pull up. I want him to
I
go
knew
into
y'all gonna
NFL
jump me.
stats to show him. Like
I'm gonna
he
give you
didn't
another.
throw 2 interceptions in the NFC Championship.
No, listen. You have three. Listen, you have three turnovers, right? Drew Brees had 3 turnovers. Every turnover Drew Brees had, what did Tampa Bay start on about? They started
I don't know,
on.
bro.
They started on.
I mean, they
They started on the other
Say that
side
one more
of their
time.
50.
I didn't hear it. Say that one more time.
Yeah,
Drew
TJ
Brees had
don't.
3
Yeah, TJ
turnovers.
know it.
Drew
I'm
Brees 3
deferring to TJ.
turnovers. Where did Tampa Bay start? They started in our territory every single time. Every single time that Drew Brees threw an interception. Drew Brees' first interception, they started on a 30. The second interception, he started on a 35, and the third one they started I think on like 40. So that being said, that's a minimum of 9 points right there. I'm gonna give
Who
you the
about
bottom
that
line.
is?
Hold
Who
up.
about
I'm gonna
that
give
is?
you the bottom
What you
line.
saying? Tom Brady had a Tom Brady game. He's debunking your bullshit.
Right. Tom Brady didn't have a Tom Brady game.
Nope.
He never had a time Brady guy because
Some of those
he knew the other
opportunities,
tangibles.
some of those opportunities Tom Brady was presented in those interceptions, he didn't connect with some receivers, right? Some of those
100%.
opportunities. Yeah. Right. So even with all of that, you cannot give a team like that. You can't give any team a short field like that.
Exactly.
I agree.
So you blame it on? You blame it on?
But you keep saying Tom Brady had a Tom
Drew
Brady game.
Brees,
It's bullshit.
we blame it on Drew Brees.
Whether you like it or not,
He looked at Tom
hold up.
Brady was on the other side of the field.
Look,
He looked at him and he got scared.
Ratchet Craig, you trolling. Ratchet Craig, you trolling, bro. You trolling.
In the playoffs. I'm talking about the playoffs.
I think you need to bloop him out.
In the playoffs.
Look, he controlled. So listen,
Ratchet Craig, you trolling, bro.
Oh, damn. Okay, my fault.
I feel like he was prepared on Tom Brady now with that.
Listen to me. His
You
defense
say
in
Drew
the
Brees ain't on
playoffs.
Tom Brady level? Is that the way you said?
Whoa. Hold on. Wait. Ratchet Craig. Who did you just say that Drew Brees is not on Tom Brady level?
No. He on my pantheon. I just think that Tom Brady is the greatest on the pantheon. He the chief god of the pantheon.
The league made sure of that.
But Drew Brees,
absolutely.
The league made
on the
sure
pantheon, though.
You can't
Tom Brady was in the
of what
pantheon.
Tom Brady accomplished. You can't. Okay, so we have to put our personal feelings aside. We can't dismiss what Tom Brady's accomplished in his career. He has been fortunate to have a system. Look, he's been fortunate. He's been fortunate to have been in the system that worked for him for 20 years. And everybody was questioning whether it was Bill Belichick or Tom Brady. And he answered that question this year.
All right, CJ. Let's look at this reality. Let's look at this reality. Okay. No. Let's look at the reality. Tom Brady played over there in New England in the AFC. In which he never, go back and look at it, over the past 20 years, he only had to get up for maybe 3 regular season games every single year. He had no experience with being in a conference in which everybody was good. And as a result, that's the reason why he had the path of least resistance every single season over that 20-year span. That's the reason why he's so healthy. That's the reason why he's so healthy.
If we look at his first, let's look at his first 3 championships, 2002, 2000 was it?
Right after 9/11.
Right. Those 3 that he won.
Patriots.
3 and 4 years. Right? Tom Brady wasn't the Tom Brady that he was then. He was a capable quarterback, but that defense helped him win.
Oh,
those
definitely,
Super Bowls. It was
definitely.
They had a
more
killer
so
defense.
built.
No,
They
bro.
had a
He
killer
won
defense.
He won them Super Bowls. It was every time the country was losing patriotism, put Tom Brady in the Super Bowl,
No
and
conspiracy theory.
it ain't no conspiracy theory. That's a reality of it.
I give you the first one. I give you the 9/11. I give you the 9/11 one.
Hey, Denver had a killer offensive payback one his final 2 Super Bowls based off Denver had a killer defense. There's no more to talk about, right?
If you go, man, bro,
100%.
Denver, you said Denver won what now? 2 Super Bowls because of the defense?
Yeah.
The Denver Super Bowls. He won the Denver Super Bowls based off defense.
100%.
You talking about Peyton
The
Manning?
one that they won
How
with
we go to
Peyton
Peyton
Manning, yeah, was because of defense. The other 2 was, Elway.
I talking about yeah. The Elway was the other Denver Super Bowls.
That's neither here or there.
Okay.
I'm just saying that the defense helped new
Okay.
quarterbacks and they help
Hold on.
quarterbacks.
Hold on. We got to do this. We got to do this.
Quarterbacks and new quarterbacks.
We have to do this. We got to wrap up. But I want to hear everybody's statement on why Drew Brees has to retire. And Lil Man, you gave yours, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ratchet Craig was supposed to.
All right, Craig, it's on you, bro. Tell us why.
Don't need to be saying nothing.
Nah, we gonna give him a shot. Tell us why Drew Brees is going to or he's not going to retire. Go. It's on you, sir.
Thank you, LP, sir. And I enjoyed this show with all y'all fellas. Y'all down to earth, and I like this conversation, right? But as far as that moment, I don't have the Drew Brees altar. I think he should go for one more season, dude, if they have a good defense like everybody claiming good receivers, right? Just one more. But if the team is lagging and it's going on a downward, I think he needs to go out. But other than that, if everybody thinks that the team is got a good defense and they go upward, he should try one more season. That's me personally.
Y'all give it up for Ratchet Craig. Give it up for Ratchet Craig.
All right, Ratchet Craig.
Yeah. Shouts out to you, Ratchet Craig. All right, CJ, it's your turn, sir. Should Drew Brees retire or is he gonna go one more season? What?
So here's my answer.
Okay.
So here's my answer with that. Now, of course, the selfish me would love to have Drew Brees come for one more season, and I think the only way that would be possible is if he sit out this coming season and maybe heal his body up to the point where he can play a full season in 22. Next, the season after this upcoming season. But when it comes to just what's the best thing for Drew Brees? What's the best thing for Drew Brees? The best thing for Drew Brees is to go ahead and retire based on the injury history that he's had, torn rotator cuff, the 11 cracked rib, the punctured thumb, the fractured thumb on his throwing hand. How much more should Drew Brees sacrifice for the city of New Orleans and his franchise and tear his body up to not be rewarded with the Super Bowl, for his efforts? I don't want to see my quarterback broken down and, later on down the road, this man suffering, serious health issues just because I want to see the Saints get another Super Bowl. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm all for Drew Brees if he is healthy, 100%, ready to go, and he helped with the discount on the cap and playing with the veterans minimum. If he want to come back and he gonna be 100%, yes, of course. But if he's still gonna have health issues, I do not think in his best interest that he should continue on, man. You still got to have a life after football. He still got to have his kids grow up and stuff like that, and he want to still be able to, throw the football to his family and stuff like that, man. So I just believe that just based on what we're looking at right now, that, Drew, you've done so much for our city. You've done so much for the franchise. It's time to let the young guys have it. Let the next generation have it. We all grew up watching everything this man done did since 2006. It's 2020. It's time to let Father Time has decided. Father Time has decided. If his body was healthy, if he was, ready to go, cool. But Father Time has decided that, hey, Drew, you on the wrong end of this now. It's time to let it go, man. I hate that his last game was the game that it was, and how it ended.
Right.
Because it looked like he had so much pain and tears in his eyes at the end of that game. So, like I said, the selfish me would love to at least see him, even if we played a 3-quarterback rotation, where Jameis was the starter, Drew come in, whatever, to get him to that Super Bowl. If it took 2 other quarterbacks to play to get him to that Super Bowl, that's what I would love to see. But the reality of the situation is, more than likely, that's not going to happen.
All right,
Drew, you've done
like
enough.
Brees.
You done sacrificed enough, man. It's time to just let it go, man. Start on your next chapter of life. You'll always be the number 1 Saint forever. You'll always be the first Super Bowl winner. You'll always be the Saint forever. We look forward to seeing a statue of Drew Brees in front of the Superdome. Holding up his little boy and holding up that trophy. We long to see you enshrined into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, first ballot. It's undeniable. You can't deny that Drew Brees has had many accomplishments, many records. This man holds plenty of records, so he's done enough. He's done enough for Drew Brees. He's done enough for the city of New Orleans. It's time for him to go. It's time for him to let that go, man. That's how I feel.
Okay. It's my turn.
Dang.
Now.
Hold up, you ain't let Buster go. You ain't let
me go.
Oh, my bad.
Sure. The host guy go last.
My bad. Go ahead, dog. My bad, cousin. Go ahead.
That was spoken like a true spoiled Saintsman.
Yes. Yes.
Drew Brees is gonna retire. I wrote my 3 reasons down. They're right here. Boom. Number 1. Ain't nobody playing for $1 million. Alright? Drew Brees is not playing for $1 million. Alright? His salary cap hit will be $1 million. That means he's gonna get $1 million. Brittany gonna look at him and be like, "This is chump change." He can't even donate that to his people. That's not even with New Orleans tax, with this state tax. It'd probably be like 700 something thousand realistically. So he's not playing for 700 something thousand. Number 2, he old, he white. All right. He old, he white. All right. First of all, he old. Once you hit over 40, after the injuries, especially playing in the NFL, you ain't coming back from that. Then the amount of injuries. It's not just the types of injuries, it's the amount of injuries. Is so that, and on top of it, he's white. Right now we're seeing Arlington Park Drew Brees, okay? When from 2006 to 2011, we had Night Wall Drew, we had Lower 9 Drew.
15.
I'll give us 15. 15.
He was throwing for 5,000. I'm sorry. He was slinging that rock.
17, 18, 19, and this past season, we got Audubon Park Drew. We got Drew that wear the glasses on social media, home over, things of that nature. And my last and final reason why Drew Brees is going to retire is because he lives in San Diego. San Diego is the number 1 retirement spot. This man about to This man is about to go sit in his palace.
Let me point out something right quick, though. LP, I was arguing with both these fools early before the season started that Drew Brees was going to sit down. Now they speaking a whole different tune. I told them when it was 3-4
that nigga
months.
had 12 broken ribs.
What? It don't matter. I told
You
y'all
want,
it
I
was
don't, nigga, a 43-year-old man ain't coming back
It
from no
don't
12
matter. I
broken
told
ribs.
you it was coming. Them niggas
No,
is arguing me now.
the song, listen, the song was saying, I'm gonna tell you, this song was saying before Drew Brees had crack ribs. This song was saying before Drew Brees had a torn rotator cuff. We don't know none of this stuff. So going off of season, you ain't know this stuff. We're going off season writing. Drew Brees is a Pro Bowler. Drew Brees is a Pro Bowler and a Hall of Famer coming into the season.
Hey, Bubba.
And he'll end it that way. But
okay,
again,
it's my turn.
San Diego is no one.
It's my turn.
Go ahead.
It's my turn. Y'all give it up for Buster. Shouts out to Buster. Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's my turn. Now, I believe Drew Brees, he's going to tough this thing out, man. He's going to tough this thing out. He's going to do it for the team. He's going to do it for the fans. We love Drew Brees, and he wants to do it for us. He want to make us proud. He want to make us proud to be Saints fans, and he's going to take us to the Super Bowl next year. And when he takes us to the Super Bowl, it's going to be a joyous occasion.
Come on, boy.
It's going to be a beautiful occasion. And we going to scream, who that? Who that? Who that said they going to beat them Saints? And Drew Brees is going to hold up his son. This time it was his little baby boy. This time he going to hold his big boy up with the confetti falling down. And we're going to have a beautiful time rejoicing with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints next year. So Drew Brees is going to come back. And he's going to show it. He's going to do this for us. And you mark my words. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pray that the Lord supernaturally heal his body. Father, in the name of Jesus, we stretch our hands to Drew Brees and his family. Lord, you keep his family. Keep him. Lord, I pray a supernatural prayer of healing over his body, that he be made whole. In Jesus' name, amen. And so Drew Brees is going to come back.
In Brees' name, huh?
And he's going to show us. He's going to show us the way. Because I searched all over. Couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low. Still couldn't find nobody. 'Cause nobody greater. Nobody greater. Nobody greater than Drew. Yeah. Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Thank y'all so very much for tuning in to the Trap Plan Radio. Shouts out to all of our guests for coming on and blessing us today. Anybody got any final things? Little man, would you like to give us a little commercial break for your business and what you do?
Oh, well, I have a business called Euphoric Impressions. I'm a massage therapist. I also have a mobile app. It will drop this year. It's called the TIBA app. It's an acronym for Therapeutic Individuals Benefiting All app. Pretty much is for therapists or holistic practitioners to be found through GPS. And I'm also a tattoo artist. Outside that, Drew gonna sit down. That's all I know.
And he does great work. He just put me in the game. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna touch and agree with you right here, right today. And everything that you said will and shall come to pass when it's concerning Drew Brees, and that when he wins the second Super Bowl of his career, that the city will be so eternally grateful. We're gonna change the name from New Orleans to Drew Orleans.
Ooh.
We gonna take the city to Drew Orleans because if he could give us 2 Super Bowls, he deserved that, man.
No doubt, no doubt. And I wanna give my other cousin the opportunity to promote his business and what he does. He is a very, very, very talented young man. Tell us a little bit about what you do, cousin.
Well, a chef by trade and by love, and also I do music. You can find some of my music on Apple Music, Google Play. You can look up Pharaoh Cassius or INITC and go listen to all our music. But that's who I am. That's what I do. If you want some food for your love for Valentine's Day, holla at your boy. I got you.
Early.
For sure. Cuz, give us one more time. About Good Hands. Tell us about that real quick.
As I said before, Good Hands Financial Services. Right now, we do accounting, assurance, and tax. That's the big 3 fields that we do. Also, a little bookkeeping. Besides that, I'm a family man and everything of that nature. So I will treat your business and you as a relationship, as a client, as a customer, as family. And my slogan is keeping your finances in good hands. And the reason why I harp on that so much is because small businesses always put their trust in the wrong hands. And I believe that I'm your guy. So that's what I do. I look at numbers. I do a lot of assurance. And as you can see, I have great children and families.
No doubt. Hey, cousin.
Take that nook out. Take that nook out your mouth, Stank.
CJ, you got anything you want to promote right quick before we get off?
Well, I ain't got nothing special to promote, but I will say this. In 2021, cryptocurrency is going to boom. Please, if you are not into cryptocurrency, please do yourself a favor, get into it. It is going to boom. Last year, around, I say July, Bitcoin was at $8,000 a coin. Now it's almost $43,000. Ethereum was at $264 a coin. Now it's at $1,700. This is the time to break those financial generational curses in your families. Get into crypto. Start to invest. Start to do the best thing for your family, man, and put them in a better position than we had, coming forth. So that's all I got to add, guys.
No doubt. Again, shouts out to everybody that participated. Thank y'all so very much for coming out. Thank y'all for participating. Shouts out to Ratchet Craig for coming on. My dog, you know what I'm saying?
And
he can't come in for New Orleans talk, no New Orleans Saints talk no more. Boy, controller.
We gonna
bro.
We gonna find what that nigga had.
Oh, bro. So look, this is what we gonna do, man. We gonna come back, and you know what I'm saying, once the decision is made, if there's a decision that's made about Drew Brees retiring, as soon as we get that decision, we are going to be coming back on the Trap Plan Radio. We're going to talk about it. We're going to deal with it. So y'all get prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? And again, thank you everybody from coming out. Thank you from everybody for tuning in. Y'all be blessed and y'all stay blessed. Holla at your boy.
Holla at him.
Peace.